Yo guys, my name is Crystal Key and I want to be the very best that I can be, and today I am joined with my epic co-caster, Z Beppers. Beppers, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful, thanks. Hopefully you're doing the same, Chris.
You know, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited because I'm a little bit starstruck, honestly, because we have our DE content creator clash going on today. We have 4 of the DE content partners being Zaza, Dixon, Chana, and Eshri, and all of their streamer friends fighting to become the best team for the Disconnected Esports. We are streaming here live on Twitch and we are really excited to be casting it for you all today. So let's talk a little bit about the format of the tournament we are going to be doing. So this is a 2-day tournament. Today, on the first day, we are in the round robin stages where we have a bracket. There's going to be 3 games, best of 3 matches, where we will actually be seeding the teams going into tomorrow, which is going to be a single elimination bracket. So stakes are high. You kind of want to be doing well today, because you do better today, set you up better for tomorrow. And it is single elimination tomorrow, so there is no second chances tomorrow. After this, the grand final will be a best of 5 match if we have time, depending on all the technical delays. Hopefully everything goes all well, but hopefully looking forward to a best of 5 series there. Every single game is going to be streamed and casted right here on Disconnected Esports, and you'll be able to see all of your favorite content creators playing today. And so, Beppers, what kind of matches are we looking forward to today?
So today we're going to be seeing 3 matches of the round robin getting streamed. First round is going to be Team Can't Touch This versus Nunez Nation, followed up by Can't Touch This versus Alton Bayer, and then followed up with the third and final match being Can't Touch This versus Meowshri. So we can go
Absolutely.
over
And if we look
each of these teams.
Yeah, absolutely. So starting with Can't Touch This, what do we see on the roster of Can't Touch This? Or is it Can Touch This? We can touch this. We can't not touch this. We can touch this.
So Team Can Touch This is our content creator Zazastack. She's put together a wonderful team. Nice little stacked roster. So on tank we've got Avatar Liger. You may know him. He's Resident Reinhardt in the queues. Everybody knows Resident Reinhardt Liger. And if you don't, definitely check him out. Fun fact about him, he used to be an RTS gamer. So when he started playing FPS games, well, that sensitivity was miles high. He actually plays on 15 in game and 3200 DPI. This is mouse 1 centimeter, 360, 2 centimeters. Absolutely crazy. On the DPS roster, they have got Shin Kuone and Fresh Web. So their favorite characters being Junkrat, and for Fresh Web we've got Winston. So I don't think we'll be seeing Winston on DPS, but definitely looking forward to maybe some Cassidy from what I've seen. A little sneak peek into there. So Shin Kuone used to be a MacBook gamer. He used to play a lot of Paladins. Let's see how that's translated well to Overwatch. And Freshweb is a big fan of bananas, just like Winston. Fun little fact he shared. Their support, obviously we got Zaza herself. She's known for her Ana and her Widowmaker, but we're going to be seeing her on support in this tournament. She's got almost 1,000 hours on Ana, so it'll be amazing to see how these hours translate into the gameplay. She's also got 900 on Widow, so snipers, love them. Secondary support will be Martus Fan 7, Martus Vivo. Be seeing him. I'm not too sure what supports he's going to be playing. He's put his favorite character as Venture. They've put their favorite character as Venture. And they picked rank 37 in a mobile game called Seashine, so let's see them popping
I'll
up.
be very disappointed if I don't get to see the Tony Hawk, Martos, on the Lucio in this series. I know that it's possible, but it might not happen, but I'm expecting it to happen. On the other side, Can Touch This will be going up against, I'm going to get the pronunciation, Nunez Nation, which is the team that is going to be led by Chana. So we'll talk about the captain first today. So Chana is, favorite hero is Mercy, and in the fun fact of the day was spent $200 on the first week of Fortnite, and I can relate to that. I love to spend my money on silly little cosmetic things. I'm interested to see what those $200 would have been spent on, but hey, everyone likes to look blingy. And coming in the tank role, we actually have Transcendent, a certified yapper just like me. Favorite hero, Winston, absolutely freaky on the Winston, if you guys haven't seen him playing in the queues. Big fun fact about Transcendence is likes playing Souls-like games on mouse and keyboard like a real gamer, does not want to have anything to do with this controller gameplay, and is also top 1000 in Hearthstone, which is actually very impressive. I don't know if you guys have seen, Transcendence has been playing the Elden Ring DLC, been an absolute treat to watch, so definitely check him out. And we also have Zen, who's going to be lining up on DPS. His favorite DPS is Bastion. It's a very respectable favorite DPS, I think. Bastion is one of, like Bastion mains are fun. Like in Overwatch 1, maybe Bastion mains, you're like, ugh, Bastion mains, but he's just a fun little guy in Overwatch 2. Fun fact about Zen is, you might know him from Overwatch, but he actually works for the Apex Legend Pro series event, so he gets to travel globally and work on production crews all around the world, which is absolutely amazing. We love to see people, who compete in some other esports come and play today. Other DPS lining up today, we've got someone who's been around the community for a while. We have Snell, whose favorite hero is Echo, and I like this Boaz. I tilt easily and flame my team, in brackets, especially this team, which I understand, Snell, because it is never your fault when you are not performing. It is always someone else's fault. If you can blame it on anyone else other than anyone on your team, I agree. And so our second support who's going to be lining up with our content creator captain is Ikalgo, who all we have about Ikalgo is favorite hero Torbjorn, and I like Torbjorn a lot, and that is all we've got. That is all we've got about Ikalgo, but I really do love that line. I love Torbjorn too. I was a Torbjorn player back in Overwatch 1, so I completely understand that. So, Z-Peppers, when we are looking at these two teams, what are we finding? We got Can Touch This versus Nunez Nation. When we look at the hero lineups, what do we think is going to be happening? Like, what kind of matchups are we get? We're gonna get that Reinhardt versus the Winston, we think, and have that dive versus kind of brawl, or yeah.
I think looking at these teams with Matos Vivo and Liger on Can Touch This, especially with Zazastack, I'm gonna expect to see some Reinhardt with your Ana coming out from Can Touch This. Not too sure what DPS they might pair with that. They maybe put a Kree with there, play some nice brawl comps. Nunez Nation, their most weird their favorite characters: Winston, Bastion, Echo, Chana on Mercy. It looks like they might be running perhaps a Echo Mercy, putting more perk into it. It'd be fun to see how that might play out.
Yeah, when I look at Can Touch This, I see aggression. I see people who are going to want to be taking fast, quick fights. I know, well, we all know Liger. Liger's going to go for the weirdest flank charges ever. I'll be surprised if he's not completely chatting out on the Reinhardt, supported by Matos. They're just going to rush in. They're just going to rush in. They're going to try and get kills. They might do a little bit of trolling in the meantime, but it's definitely going to be a fun time. I suspect that if Zaza does go on that Ana, which she has 1,000 hours on, that we're going to be seeing a lot of nanos going towards that Reinhardt and hard to see what they can get done.
I would love to absolutely see some of those cheeky little plays that we often see. Liger perhaps going for a back shadow or so. Also, coming from Nunez Nation, I'd like to see what they are capable of as well. Maybe we'll see some flanking Bastion from Zenyatta as well.
Yeah, flank Bastion would be absolutely crazy to see if they can maybe get into the backline. It'd be interesting to see how a Bastion would work out with a divier hero, kind of like the Winston. Maybe if the Winston draws attention, you can just go in. Of course, these are the favorite heroes. They don't have to play these heroes that they've put in on the sheet, but I suspect that a lot of them will try and tend towards some of the favorite heroes. While we do have a little bit of time before the rest of the game between these two, maybe we should talk about the other couple of teams, because we do actually have some more teams who are going to be playing in this Content Creator Showdown. They'll be featured later on, but maybe we get a quick rundown of what they can, who are the other people playing in the tournament.
Yeah, of course. One of the other teams is obviously Team Alton Bio, which is run by our lovely content creator, Dixon Mate. And fun fact about him, he used to be a Let's Play YouTuber before he began his Overwatch content creation. So his favorite character is Torbjorn, and he's going to be playing tank for his team. He's got, as his DPS, he's got Vestige and Kyle David. And fun facts about them, Ana is Kyle's third most played hero, but also has his lowest accuracy at 24%, which is lower than Junkrat.
Not 24. Oh dear.
He's put his favorite character as Reaper, and let's hope that accuracy's higher. We'd love to see it. And since the beginning of Overwatch 1 beta, Vestige has only ever played 2 total hours of Genji, so if we see it in this tournament, well, we can cheer him on, get them hours up. Their support lineup
get more
happens to
hours
be-
in the tournament playing Genji
Yeah.
right now than in the rest
2
of
hours in the
Overwatch
tournament,
combined.
double them.
Easy.
Yeah, the support lineup being Penrith and GIF-TV97. Penrith's youngest son's name is Lucio. However, their favorite character is Ana, not Lucio, so maybe the second kid might be named Ana. Keep up the theme. And for GIF-TV, his favorite character is Ashe, and Kingdom Hearts is his number.
That name is very, very cute. So, this team is headed by Eshri, the most... Oh, I don't know if you guys have seen. I'm just going to go on a bit of a tangent right here. Eshri, really amazing one on those hit scan DPSs and a really good support player, but also is actually a photographer. And if you go and look on her Twitter X, she posts all of the photos she takes, and they're amazing. Okay, anyway, back talking about Eshri. DPS, fact is, Eshri does not tilt, and I can agree with this. I saw Eshri's like match history a couple, I don't know, it was a little while ago, and it was just all losses, and it was just all positivity. It was like I think it was like the 10 losses in the support placements, but it was all positive. So I like that, and that's gonna be good, I think, going into this. You gotta be positive. This is the seeding. It's like, it's important, but it's not the most important. If it does not work out, you've still got tomorrow going to single elimination. Talking about the backbone of it all, we've got the tank, which is going to be Vortex, whose favorite hero is Sombra. And I know this because I've played against Vortex in a comp game, and I just got dumpstered because I was like, I'm going to play Mercy today. And I was coming out of spawn, and I was just getting camped. But sometimes it's not just me getting camped, because their fun fact is once they went 1-13 in one night and they still somehow play Overwatch, and I am baffled because that is a lot of games of Overwatch to play in one day, and going 1-13, I lose 3 games and I'm off for the night. So that is some absolute Giga Chad energy to keep playing until the 13th loss. That was just like, yeah, I think that's enough for tonight. It's not enough that like when the cards were a thing and you had to get 15 losses, you're just shy of that. So I understand that. On DPS, we do have Exodus, who is a Widow player, but the fun fact is I love blue beams. So I think they want a Mercy pocket. And who's this? Fluke _707. Mercy extraordinaire. I don't know who thinks that Fluke is a Widow player or a Cass player or a Soldier player, because Mercy is Fluke's favorite hero. Fluke loves Mercy and specializes in being the best Mercy player in OCE. Over 1,000 hours in just Mercy. Parkour. Favorite heroes to pocket? Other hit scans, so Exodus and Eshri gonna be getting those juicy pockets today, and hopefully I have word that Fluke is aiming to go positive in today's games. Rounding up this lineup is the absolute cutie themselves. It is Flower Dragon, who, fun fact, hates the Dragon Mercy skin. Is a Mercy main. Favorite hero Bastion. We just love the Bassy Bee, but does not like Dragon Mercy skin. Flower Dragon, no Dragon Mercy skin. It is the ugliest skin. So that just about rounds up all of the really cute people that are going to be playing today. I'm so excited to be casting these teams, and I think we should be getting into that first game with Can't Touch This versus Nunez Nation very soon. Just checking that everything is ready and that it is going good. Awesome. And we're just getting ready. Sorry, I had a bit of a mental blank. We're just waiting for those teams to get ready. Nunez Nation and Can Touch This will be happening very, very shortly. I believe they're all in the lobby. They're probably just doing a little bit of banter, Zebepis. They're probably, because we were doing a bit of a practice earlier and they were just bantering back and forth with each other. So I reckon a little bit of banter's going on. They're going to clean up all the banter and then they're going to get into the game. And we might be having a bit of technical difficulties where people can't hear each other, but I think we're getting there. This is all the fun, a little bit of fun, like figuring out production in the background while we get into a game.
Yeah, hope everything's going all well in the game, and we shall hopefully be starting soon.
We've just got confirmation that they are actually picking maps. Unfortunately, we do not know what maps they are picking, but I guarantee you they're gonna be good ones. I've gotten word that we're going to be seeing a map that we have not seen in Overwatch in a little while, and that's gonna be map 2, and we're gonna keep that map as a surprise, but I promise you it's not going to be a map that you're expecting. In fact, it might not be a game mode that you can actually find in Overwatch competitive anymore. 2CP. But yeah, we're going to actually, so first we're going to keep pandering while they figure out the maps, and then we're going to actually flip to the map screen and we will actually get to see the maps that they end up picking today. But again, talking about Can Touch This versus Nunez Nation, I'm really excited because I feel like again, guys, it's all fun and game. Everyone wants to win, but it is a content creator tournament. And what are content creators good at doing? They are good at making content. So I expect there's going to be a lot of funny plays, a lot of silly plays coming out in this. And I think that the map choice might end up reflecting that silliness. What silly things do you think that we might see today, Zebepis?
I'm really hoping to see my boy Liger on the Reinhardt charging someone off the map. Anyone off the map. Just the more the merrier. I know that's exactly how he loves playing. Bumper Cat Reinhardt.
I absolutely agree. And the one thing about Liger as well is it's not it's like the whole everything about his Reinhardt is just so intriguing. It's like you see him on Twitter just talking about, like, he's in character. He is Reinhardt. Talking about how he doesn't need Reinhardt buffs. He wants Reinhardt to be bad or, like, not have a place in the meta so that when he performs on Reinhardt, it's just even more impressive. So if Reinhardt gets buffed too much, I know Liger's just like, he's just buffed too much. Everyone's going to be playing Reinhardt. But it's almost just more impressive when Reinhardt's just completely not a meta at all and you're running in, getting charge kills, charging people off the map, hitting 5-man Earth Shatters. So I definitely am interested to see that as well. But on the other side, maybe Blades. I want to see some good Winston juggling. I want to see him. I know that we don't get comms of the team, but I hope that Nunez Nation are flaming each other because their entire fact sheet was about how they tilt and like to flame each other. And I hope that I hope that you can see the unrest. And as we can now see the map set coming up, we have first map Control, good old Ilios well. But what do I see there, Bepis? What is that second map? Is that Horizon Lunar Colony?
It's a much loved map, especially coming from Nunez Nation. We're gonna see Winston on his home turf. Used to be my favorite map for 2CP, but they took it away with Paris. In Overwatch 1, it was the saddest moment.
I actually love Horizon Lunar Colony. I know a lot of people hated it, but like I had a good win rate, okay, on Horizon Lunar Colony. So I'm sad. I hated 2CP, but I had a good win rate on them. So I'm excited to see how Horizon Lunar Colony works because let's be real, that is not optimized for a 5v5. But I'm excited to see how long and how triggered people get trying to like that last point stall. And the most beloved map last, King's Row. I think honestly, I feel like they should remove the role lock and they should just let people run goats on King's Row. Because if there was one thing that goats did is goats on King's Row is so nostalgic.
Yes, everyone loves goats, but at least we do know, maybe we'll see a Reinhardt duel. Everybody loves their Reinhardt on King's Row. Speed in, smack each other up in the choke. Be good fun.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I know, like, so Control's an interesting one. I would almost have to give, in most cases, the Nunez Nation, like, they have more of those, that Echo, that Winston, they got more of the divey kind of heroes to maybe have the advantage on Ilios, other than maybe in Ruins, where you could just see which Widowmaker is going to get more shots in, whereas Horizon Lunar Colony Kings Row, I feel like you do play more of like a Broly kind of style, so I'd be really interested to see who ends up coming on top. But I'm really excited to be getting into our first map of Ilios. We should be getting into the game in a very short second, and I'm so excited for this series. First match of the Content Creator Clash by Disconnected Esports is going to be happening right now.
It would be wonderful to see, like you said, these team comps coming out. Ilios, we're going to be seeing maybe some Pocket Echo from Nunez Nation. It would be very cool to see these different playstyles come across these 3 maps that they've picked.
Absolutely, and we are going to be entering the game right now, so guys, please get off of your seats, support these content creators. I believe most of them should be streaming on their individual channels. Make sure you have the main screen open, but you also are opening all of the tabs of all of these amazing content creators, and you're supporting them all as well. We are going to be getting into Ilios.
Ready for battle.
Oh, good. So now that we can see kind of the heroes that we are going to be playing today, what are we thinking about these team comps, Beckers?
This is what you're paid
As we're
for.
seeing, there is so far the Echo pick. Wanting to see if China goes to the Mercy. We're seeing a Zen. And that's going to be an interesting conflict. Deadmine swaps to the Mercy. 2 birds on one team. It'll be interesting to see, especially against the Liger on the Reinhardt. They do have the Lucia on Can't Touch This by Matas Viva. Interesting to see how they play out. They don't really have anything to deal with the flying characters, having a Reaper and a Junkrat, so we're going to hopefully see them fight in the cage or in the room on the side of the map like those. Interesting to see how this first fight plays out.
It is going to be very interesting to see how this first fight plays out. We do have Snell, who is going to be on that Echo. The Marta's getting a little bit... Oh, no, sorry, not Marta's getting low. There's too many Lucios on my screen. Dr. Moon getting a little bit low, but the first pick actually goes. Zen picks off Zaza in the back lane. That is absolutely huge. One support on the side of Can't Touch This down already. And they're just flying in. The Mercy Pocket doing so much. The Roadhog in their faces as well. But Shinji's just gets 2 in. The fight is just completely flipped. The DPS on the side of Can't Touch This going absolutely berserk right now. They've taken down most of the team and they're just performing cleanup duty.
Some absolutely massive picks from the DPS though. We see here as well, Liger going down first, however, he swapped off his signature Reinhardt. He's now on the Junker Queen. They still don't have anything to deal with the flying characters, however. We'll see how well they can hold point here. If they play in these tight corridors, these tight chokes, it will be very hard for Nunez Nation to actually push through the choke into them.
Fresh Web getting a little bit low, but is going to be alive for now. Ends up getting the pick onto Transcendent. The guns, the shotguns just do so much damage into them. Zen gets another pick, however, onto Marta's. Traded out pretty evenly. Is this going to be how Nunez Nation takes back that point? But unfortunately, wait, on the flank, Zen's in the back line. He gets a kill onto Shin, who did so much last time. Liger ends up trading him out. So many ults just getting thrown in the back here. We have a death potion coming out, but I think everyone targeted it so effectively. The hook misses, and again, just getting free fire. 30% back on the ult just by shooting Transcendence. But all the while, it doesn't matter because Can't Touch This has control of the point. They're cleaning up the fight, and that's just going to be back to the spawn, back to regrouping by Nunez. We got a tire coming out as well. I wonder if it's going to pick off anyone at the very end, but it is not looking like it.
It's very close though, almost right at the spawn. We're seeing a lot of value coming out with Fresh Web on the Reaper now, however. It's getting a lot of value just pumping into Transcendent.
As the fight comes back in here, we need Nunez Nation to start taking a fight right now. They got their beat coming up and their whole. Hopefully they can get some stuff done with this. We have Snell trying to deal with the Shin in the back, but not so effective. Liger getting so low, but it is Blood to go down first. Zen trades back. Fresh Love finally taken into the spawn, but 2 kills from the Junkrat player. What is going on right now?
Seeing so much value coming out of Junkrat here. It's going crazy with him.
He is just the lone Lucio alive, but Dr. Lee going to be sent back into the spawn queue, and that is going to be quite a convincing win from Can't Touch This. We had first cap going off to Nunez Nation, and it felt like they were going to win the fight, but we have Shin on the Junkrat trading back 2 kills, turning the fight around, and they didn't lose control of the point afterwards. So effective, Liger getting so low, but it is Blade who goes down first. Then trades back, Freshlet finally taken into the spawn queue, but 2 kills from the Junkrat player. What is going on right now? And it's, yeah, what an amazing effort. And as we can see, if it's not broke, don't fix it, because he's going to be running the Junkrat back again.
Yeah, we see that Nunez Nation is now running the Cole Cassidy rather than the Pharah. So having that pocket echo is still going to have a lot of value. They've got Winston, they're going to have a lot of high ground control here. It'll be interesting to see. How Can't Touch This going to just play around this tight rim on the left. They're still playing that tight roll off.
Blaze is taken so low so early into the fight, has to back out, which is just giving so much space for Can't Touch This. Point has not been unlocked yet, so they are just trading blows right now. Snell getting a lot of damage in right now. So many people so low, and there you go, Shin taking out first in the fight. That's the picks that they needed. The rest of the team is starting to slowly just die right now, so Can't Touch This just trying to stabilize a little bit, but Blaze is following. Zaza taken down, and first cap going off to Nunez Nation. They made the correct swap. Now hopefully they can control of the point.
Yeah, after that was a very convincing first fight coming out from Nunez Nation. You can see Liger is still on the Reinhardt here. He's committing to it this time. No more Junker creep. We're gonna see that. How are Nunez Nation gonna hold this point? They have really good high ground control with both the pocketed Echo and the Winston. They've got Ana sat in the back line, keeping them healthy. We're gonna have to see how Can't Touch This just have to speed in. They get a pick on the Winston off the start. Now they're gonna fight on point.
Yeah, 2 quick picks on the side of Can't Touch This just by rushing in means that they are going to have the upper hand in the fight. There is a trade that Shin does get taken down by Zen, but it's not enough. The point has ended up flipping back in favor of Can't Touch This. And that just shows how much that aggression works. The Reaper just TP'd in and killed the Winston really quickly. You know, we're getting right back into some more action. We have the copy coming out. Here we go. Copy coming out from Snell is on the run out. Liger ends up charging Blades off the map, but taking himself out with it. The copy does go down, however, so it is an even fight. No tanks on the board. Zen getting that pick onto Zaza. They're down a support. They've nanoed the Cowboy. He has absolutely demolished Leb, and that is going to be a really nice flip back. Using a couple ults there, but Nunez Nation, importantly, with the point back in their hands.
There's a very, very high investment there with the Echo dupe and the Nano Cowboy, but they've got the point in the end. They're winning on that percentage. It's kicking up. We're gonna have to see what Can't Touch This have. They have both DPS ults and a Kurika ult to potentially use this the next time. They're whipping out the Kurika ult straight to point. They're gonna fight.
Kuriel is invested early into the fight. Oh, but Mortis gets down early in this fight. And so they're down there, Lucio right now. Liger does get that kill, rushing onto Zen in the back line. Blaze is coming in close to the prime range. Can he get it off in time? Liger is anti. If they can, he can't. He's 1% off of his ult, and he ends up dying. That is going to be a clutch win from Can't Touch This. They do have to use a lot of ults. Only the Shadow to work with for the next fight.
Interesting to see how much value can they get out of Shatter here. They don't know, as long as they wait out the Winston bubble, their entire team is rather susceptible. Like, we're gonna see maybe a solo Shatter on the Cassidy even. Could be just a one fight, a 1-for-1, ult for kill. This is what happens in this fight here. They've used Suzu already, so maybe they're gonna have to play on the defensive here. Fighting into the Echo.
Both of their support cooldowns used early into this fight. Blade is going for that primal. He's going to knock Shin off of the map. And the beat comes out, but he's 2 people off the map. Like a charge. Now out of copy, so it's a bit of a back and forth right here, but Nunez Nation, they're doing a good job. 2 kills with the Deadeye to clean up the rest of the fight, and point has flipped back into favor of Nunez Nation. They're in. This is going to be a close map number 2 on Ilios.
Yeah, this is a really good map. There's a lot of back and forth between these two teams. That was a massive ult from Transcendent there, getting 2 juggle kills off the map. Followed up with Zenyatta getting 2 kills with the High Noon, 2 ults, 4 kills. Absolutely massive. Interesting to see what they invest this next
Especially
fight.
there's Hanzo coming out right now and a lot of damage. Blades has actually gotten the kill after all of the damage that the arrows had put into the rest of the team. So much is happening right now. Transcendent is getting so low. He's trying to stay alive. Here we go. The Death Blossom is out, but it doesn't actually get out killing anyone. That trades are going back and forth. Everyone is so low on the point, but I think New Year's Nation is going to take it. Luckily though, Kentashi did flip the point in the in all of the confusion, so that means that there is going to be possibly one more fight. Oh, if the Lucio gets touch! Does not get touch.
You're safe with me.
Very clean fight, and we're going to be taking it to map 3 here.
Score.
There's a very good Winston bubble during that last fight, blocking off Freshweb's Reaper ult, and this is a really close game. It'll be interesting to see how Ruins plays out. They're really gonna excel if they do go back to that Echo comp on Nunez Nation.
My plans cannot
Although
fail.
it's a very open space, they can't touch this. I'm not sure how.
Into this fight, Blade is going for that primal. He's going to knock Shin off of the map, and the beat comes out, but he's 2 people off the map. Like a charge.
Right into the middle, Bubble saving people on point.
One.
Then we saw Zenyatta just walk around the corner there and get 2 more kills.
Capture the objective.
Going into this map 3, we're gonna see Nunez Nation going for a very high poke comp, maybe a pocketed Ash. Zenyatta might see some flank on the Cassidy. Untouched is running Reinhardt. For Bastion, they're gonna be playing like a mobile bunker, pushing up, taking space and holding that space.
Liger goes for an aggressive charge, but the roll comes out in time. He ends up avoiding it. Oh my gosh! Marcus getting low again, gets taken out, unfortunately. Blades then taking out his counterpart, and I think it's just going to be a quick reset from Can't Touch This. Nunez Nation, they're feeling confident after that last round.
Yeah, there's one thing there. Nunez Nation. Coming out from Dr. Beam, that was a massive anti right off the bat. Antiing, I think, 2 or 3 of the people on Can't Touch This. Meanwhile, we had the Ash just free firing from high ground with a Mercy Pocket, absolutely destroying those on point out in the open.
As the fight comes in again, Liger's shield almost completely gone again. He's playing around that pillar. He does actually get the charge onto Blades, takes him out of the fight completely early. Again, it is just this fight just seems to be deciding on which tank can last longer. And Liger is charging forward right now, wants to get more picks right now. And it's looking like he might get some.
It's going really well. Him opening up with that charge and taking out Transcendence Winston with the charge. Absolutely massive. And he just runs in there with that Lucio speed boost. Now they're getting some really high value staggers here as well. It does go down here, however. We'll see. Reinhardt is
Blades
a rather
in Baby
quick
Diva
character.
form gets the pick onto Liger, and which means that they're going to have to start walking back. But because they have a Baby Diva, I think it's going to be fine for the side of Can't Touch This. They're going to be able to keep point control. We do see the Bastion on the side of Nunez Nation right now. I think just trying to do a little bit of shredding. We actually have 2 Bastions out on either side. There we go. Blade's back into his mech right now, which is really good, and they're just going to try and be taking to that point right now. Getting into the back line, trying to do as much as they can. Bastion's so low, and he gets the nano as well. What can Blade do with this? That's absolutely massive. Why is he stuck holding his shield? He can't even look at the Diva who is nanoed right now. And I don't know, investing, the Curious is invested. I don't know if that would have been worth it.
I think at that point it looked like more of a lost fight after that Nano Diva. Transcendent took out the Bastion and then got nanoed into the Liger Reinhardt, taking out 2. At that point, it's probably best to just reset and go next. However, they do have a lot of ult still on Can't Touch This, so it'll be interesting to see how the shatter goes and what can block it.
That is true, but it doesn't even matter because Liger goes down early into this fight. There will be no shatter to be used in this fight. Snell getting the kill actually with the help of Bob and just free firing on these nice off angles with the Ash. Freshweb just trying to stay safe right now. Oh, Mercy goes into the sky, gets really low, but manages to find a Guardian and give to escape too, but they're going so aggressive because they know all these cooldowns are being used. They didn't regroup properly. They're getting all the kills. The D.Va pick I really like. Mech gets low, but don't worry. We've got a bomb and it's right back into the mech. 90%, and they might only just get a semblance of a touch. They have so many ults to work with, but not a lot of time to... Absolutely, if they get touch, it should be alright. March, it's being cancelled. No, he gets the touch on the point, but the beat doesn't go. Oh, what an insanely well played second 2 maps on Ilios by New Year's Nation. It felt like everything that went wrong for them in map number 1 just completely turned around. They were doing so well. They were using ults effectively. They didn't let Can Touch This even touch the point with all of their ult advantages that they had.
Absolutely beautiful play for them on third point there. As we saw, coming up from their comp, they had the Ashe, the Bastion, and the Mercy. They were absolutely shredding.
Yeah, and what New Year's Nation did so well is I think they really managed to take those off angles on those second 2 maps and make Liger have to split his attention. He couldn't keep running into the back line because there was someone shooting in the back at all times and getting so low. And I think that swap onto D.Va to Ruins on Ilios was just really, really smart from Blades' point of view because he could just get the high ground. He could get above where Liger was able to look and just keep shooting down for free. And so he's just taking free damage while Liger's just having to hold up his shield and get that done. And so we know that he had the Shatter, but he didn't even get to use it.
Yeah, like you said, the D.Va swap was incredible, especially against the Bastion as well. Defense metrics, one of the strongest things against Bastion. The high ground control, they had the Ashe on the high ground as well with the damage boost. It'd be very interesting seeing going into this map too, Horizon Lunar Colony. That's a very high ground reliant map, especially on first point. Even moderately on second point, it's very high ground on the left side and on the right side. There's both the 2 high grounds that are very strong. It'll be very interesting to see, is Liger gonna try and counter something here? Swapping the Reinhardt, maybe try the Jungle Queen again, maybe try Mirror D.Va even? Or are we going to see D.Va even?
I hope his lineups have gotten pretty good, right? Not too rusty on the lineups. You know, haven't seen Horizon in the map pool of Overwatch 2 for a very long time. So I know Liger loves his charge lineups. Would it be interesting to see if they still translate over as well? There is a lot more closed space on that first point of Horizon Lunar Colony, but it gets a lot more open when you are heading into that second point. And it is a very stallable point, so when you're running those dive characters, you're expecting them to get out quickly, keep stalling, and you know, if you can work towards those ults. And the bubble usage by Blades when he was on the Monkey, really good too. And the D.Va just knowing where to be at all times as well. I think that's going to be really good for New Year's Nation coming into this second map, but I'm excited to see Horizon Lunar Colony.
It certainly will be a very fun map. I have not seen this map in years, and I am stoked to see it coming out.
I am too. I believe we are just waiting on the teams to be ready, but I believe we're going to be entering the game now. This is so exciting. A map we have not seen in a while. And again, guys, this is going to be, so if New Year's Nation win this next map, they will be taking the series. I'm unsure if we're going to play all 3 maps. I think we will, just for seeding purposes, as we have a pause coming in immediately on Horizon Lunar Colony. Guys, it would not be an OCE run tournament. No, never mind, the pause is going. I was going to say, though, it wouldn't be an OCE run tournament if you didn't have a pause because someone's DC'd or they have not come back from their drink break. It's just, that's what happens.
It's a lovely little charm about Oceanic tournaments. Thankfully not a DC, just a little pause.
Ready for battle.
And as we can see, the teams are coming out, and I thought I was going to see, I thought I was going to see the Genji on Vestige, but Vestige isn't in this match. I'm getting everyone confused. I'm so excited to see everyone playing today, but we actually are going to be seeing Zen on the Genji.
We are seeing the Reinhardt coming out here on defense. Be interesting to see. They're going for very high poke damage with the Soldier and Bastion, along with Baptiste as well. Lots of range poke coming out from Can't Touch This. Having a little bit of fun out in the low gravity area. Gotta enjoy Lunar Horizon while you can.
Surely they fight out there.
everyone's coming back, holding the corner now. Fun's over. It's time to be serious. We're seeing Nunez Nation also running the Reinhardt. They're running the Symmetra as well. It'll be interesting to see where are they going to teleport the Reinhardt. They're playing a very strong draw combo. Symmetra in the Rein v Rein is incredibly
2
strong.
points, yeah.
Yeah. Reaper as well.
2 points you normally teleport here up onto the high ground or straight to the point. We'll see where they end up using their teleport. They look like they're stationing to come up the stairs, but I mean, yeah, there you go. Teleport straight onto point. They're going to force the fight onto point. They're going to get set up. We have Bastion firing in from the high ground, but right now they're sitting pretty on the point. The immortality does go down early, and Liger does get that first pick. So while they got set up really early onto the point, it looks like it's not going to work, but they actually did get over half of the point just because of how quick they were. And they do actually still have people sitting on the point. They've actually received 2 picks right now, and Zen still beating people on the sim. 2 picks right now, and people are like, they're stabilizing right now. Everyone's getting quite low. What's going to happen? We got Zen on TP'd onto the high ground right now. He's cleaned up. He's killed 3 people. 2 people died immediately on the side of Nunez Nation, but Zen just carried out on the sim.
Yeah, that was an absolutely massive teleport off the front. They baited going up the stairs on the right. They just teleported straight to the point. They're already going straight in.
Nice charge into
very
each
quick.
other, but the damage is there. They're already on the second point because of the TP. They have their sim wall up right now. They've got a TP set up just to be getting some escape. They're already ticking over. They've got 2 ticks of the point already. The slam comes out. What can it do? Not enough. And, oh my gosh, it's just absolute mayhem. Nunez Nation, I think they've completely snowballed this fight. A little bit of stall coming out because of the Tracer on the point, but Lucio and Tracer, not enough. And that is one of the fastest caps of Horizon Lunacolly I think I've ever seen. They were down first really early, but then they just completely snowballed through the second point. 5 minutes and 18 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that was an incredibly well-played team fights coming out from Nunez Nation.
Just to be getting some escape. They're already ticking over. They've got 2 ticks of the point.
As you see here in the replays, like, just they had all of their ult still for that second point after such a clean first take that they just steamrolled through.
Oh my gosh, it's just absolute mayhem.
Yeah, and Kentucky could just
escape their footing after they because I think they thought they were winning that fight on the first point and they could restabilize, but then they kept slowly getting picked and then they kind of trickled out. I think what really set up that second point capture was when Liger and Blades ended up charging into each other. They both went down onto the floor, but Zen was full charge on the Symmetra, so Liger just got absolutely beamed down, and then they're down a tank, and everyone else just is so susceptible to just, as we have a look at the telescope from the point of view of Martos. Thank you, Martos.
Dead weight gets left behind.
Well, it'll be very interesting to see how this goes now. We're seeing 2 Junkrats coming out this time. Got the Reaper coming out on
we're looking at
Cantopsis
just
as well.
damage right now. It's interesting to see that the sim pick worked so well on the attack for Nunez Nation. There you go. I want to see a sim coming out on the other side. I feel like being able to take, well, just having options, because there's so many ways you can approach this first point of Horizon Lunacolony. You can either go TP the high ground, you can TP the back point, TP right onto point. It makes the other team think a little bit better. So I'm interested to see how Kentucky approach this fight. Someone gets triggered into the trap already. Are they going to go down? No, they are not. Very luckily staying alive just for the moment right now. And I think I know the reason why they want Junkrats, because you have to sit in this little room until you figure out where you want to go. We have both of the DPS on the side of Nunez Nation just taking angles. But Shin gets the first pick, Junkrat extraordinaire. But Snell trades back. Oh my gosh, there you go, Nunez Nation. After losing the first player of the fight, they're just cleaning up the rest of the fight. Really good at taking the off angles. I was going to say before, DPS both on off angles, shooting at the people standing in that little room on the side. And there you go, back to the spawn room. Kentucky is going to have to think of something different.
Yeah, like you said, they pulled out the Symmetra. They got a first pick on Chana's Moira there. But then just the off angling by Nunez Nation. Bastion on the side, just absolutely tore into the backline. Killed the Junkrat just off the bat while he's trying to go in on a flank. It'd be interesting to see how they take this fight. They're going to maybe try to teleport onto point this time, or are they just going to go on the flank? Looks like they're going out of bounds.
They're going outside.
Grab zone.
We'll see if Nunez Nation decides to follow them. No, they don't. They just decide to stand on the point. They're smart about it. And again, spam just coming in. Snow takes out Zaza. They just cannot effectively get through. But as I say that, Shin gets the straight. Snail goes down, and this might be what they're looking for, but we've just got a Bastion sitting pretty. Is a little bit scared. Is going to spend a lot of time shooting that Sim T50, which did get fast and takes forever to shoot down. Shin going crazy on the Junker in the back, takes down Blades, but he gets so low himself. They have to back it a little bit. Here comes the Bastion up. It ends up getting the immortality, but really well placed by Zaza to keep the rest of the team alive. Now, if they just stabilize a little bit here, they should be able to get in, but again, so much spam. Liger half health, his shield almost nothing. Snail has the tire. So many ways he just needs one pick, but in the meantime, the tire scares not enough. And Zen gets the pick onto Shin, and a two-man tire to follow it up.
That's an absolutely massive tie. He just sat there, held it against the wall, and just absolutely waited until the perfect time to strike. Takes down 2. They did get 1 tick, however, so they regroup. They teleport to point. Oh, they don't have teleport. I mean, they've swapped to Soldier. Maybe they try to take some high ground. It'll be interesting to see how they approach this point without a Symmetra down. They really do have to deal with the split off angle that Yuna's Nation are really pinning them down with. There's a lot of poke damage
Coming up. They just need to be able to use them. Like, they're going to have to get this window out and hopefully just burn someone down really quickly. But there's so much cover that you can have on the defense of, like, Lunar Colony first point. The tire coming out, that could be so good. They really only need to get 1 or 2 picks with the tire to really open up this map. They do have 1 tick, but they've only got 1 minute left, and they are in the face of a massive time egg, even if they do cap the point. But that's how you want to start it, with a nice fire strike, killing Zen, charging Blades out of the fight. He is so low. He's 1 health right now. Liger doing absolutely everything for his team, leading the way. And they've taken the point, and that is exactly what you need to see.
That's absolutely massive. Liger off the back, taking down Zenith's Bastion, and then charging Blades off point and getting the kill. They invested their Baptiste ball in that fight, however they've still got Riptire and Shatter, 2 very massive ults, compared to Nunez only having Reinhardt Surf Shatter. It'll be very interesting to see how they use their Riptire. If they can bait out Immort, get 1 or 2 kills with that, that could be a very quick fight winner for the second point.
They are onto the point right now. I think it's going to be a battle of who gets the bigger Earth Shatter right now. Both the Reinhardts have them up. It's just going to be see who can push the trigger first. However, the tire comes out, but Snail's already taken out Fresh Sled. Can Shin get enough people with this tire? He's going into the back line, onto the high ground. Oh, it's looking big. It's okay.
That was an absolutely massive tire. As I said before, they had to wait out that Immortality field, played it perfectly, kept the tire down below, and killed their whole team. A very clean team wipe. And they get to manage just a very quick and clean cap of that second point there.
Score.
Taking it into
Again.
overtime.
Wow, that tire, they're pretty much securing them the win because it's a 5v5. There's no 6v6 on Lunar Colony. There's not enough people to steal. You kill 3 people on the team. There is not enough time to retouch that point. They do have a significantly less time bank than Nunez Nation, but finishing the map, that's a good first step. And again, both teams just snowballing that second point, barely seeing any Overwatch being played on that second point. The majority of it being played on first point here. They're going to have another attack, but they're going to need to do it a little bit faster, you would reckon.
Ready.
Yeah, it would be very interesting to see what comps these guys are going to run in the overtime.
He's going into
As we
back
see
line,
in the
off high
replay
ground.
here,
Oh,
it's
it's
a
a
massive
replay of
tire.
this tire.
Takes out both
Absolutely
DPS and
massive
the
as
Mercy.
well.
As I said before,
We're talking
they had
about,
to
I was
wait
talking
out
about how this fire strike was going to be, you know, oh, not so fire strike, which shatter was going to end up being more important, but it didn't even matter. No shatters were used on the side of the team. It was just 1 big tire, and that was it.
Junkrat just said I'll do it myself and took out half the team. So you see, Untouched is here. They're running, sticking with the Junkrat. I mean, I don't blame them after that performance. Absolutely massive.
3.
Nunez Nation, same DPS comp as well. They're gonna be running, well, you know, if it's not broken, why change it? They're just gonna be running the same comp. Split angles, there's no Symmetra here, so it will be interesting to see what pathing they take. Looks like they're going bottom left, trying to sneak under them and get the point safely.
Have Zen just firing in right now. They're doing so much damage. Emerald's thrown out so early, doesn't even matter. The bomb ends up taking out Marcos in the back, and it's probably going to be a bit of a reset. It's so hard to stabilize though now. They just need to not get any more picks. They just cannot peek right now because that is a damage boosted Bassie B shooting down the corridor, and they're still walking in. Like his shield's going to be so low. He's in the trap right now. He's half health. He has no shield. Oh, Snell getting ping-ponged around a little bit by Shin. Oh my god, simple geometry. Definitely, sir. You almost thought that that was going to be Snell getting a kill right there, but Shin just purposely putting in those mines, and it's actually a pick on the side of Nunez. On Pentashus, but it does get res back up, so they are fighting back. There's a full 5. However, people are getting low. Riders charge into the team. However, the really nice counter charge by Blade. Not enough though, however, is the Ligers are 2 health on the point right now, but he's still currently alive, getting that passive, slowly going back up in health. It is trading back and forth, but Blaze is still alive in the back and is anchoring. Their immortality comes out. They're kind of flipped right now. It kind of looks like Nunez Nation is attacking and Kentucky is defending. So much is happening right now. The window is invested, but it does not matter. Objective A captured by Kentucky.
It's a very massive fight. It was all over the place. At first, it looked like Nunez Nation were gonna clean sweep there with the Bastion getting a pick. But then it's just back and forth. The Red's coming out, saving him. The Tire coming up from Snell right here. Unfortunately, he's going down. Immort, and then killed himself. They really need to regroup here. That's a massive pick, actually.
But Blade gets a really nice fire strike onto Shin, sending them back into the lobby. They do actually end up investing their Valkyrie, but I honestly like this idea. You really want to stabilize, because once you stabilize once on this map, it becomes so much more hard for the attackers to attack this point. But when you're snowballing, that's when it's really dangerous. So investing Valk, probably the most influential ult, just to secure that win. And now they can actually have fights on this point and start soloing. And in fact, there's not even a lot of time left, so I don't even know if they're going to be able to get a touch onto this point.
It's a very, very good usage of that ult. They really
coming back
started
in.
to stagger the team.
Yeah, they've started to stagger. You've just got Zen sitting here on the high ground all by himself. Kentucky's have ults to use. They invest the 5 strike. It does get Snell onto the floor. In fact, it gets quite a lot of people onto the floor. And oh my goodness, Demi just falls straight into the arms of Liger's pin, and it's actually just been turned around. What a cap! Oh my gosh, is this the fated 2 CP experience?
It's going straight into overtime once again. They had 2.5 minutes, and they 2.5 minutes in a dream. They made it work.
Have ults to use, they invest the 5 strike. It
Oh
does
my
get Snell
gosh,
onto the
we
floor.
are going to see a replay of this right now.
Liger holding down the point. I did see him fall. It's
Catching him in his arms.
I know,
Come here,
Liger's
Dr. Meme.
had to- I think it might have been a bit of a mistake, maybe a bit of a misplay, because they did have time to get another touch. I think Dr. Meme maybe just wanted to get on the point, but just falls into Liger's open arms.
Ready for
That's
battle.
very queenly played by Can't Touch this here. So we're going to see, now that it's time for Nunez Nation to attack, are they going to be pulling out their Symmetra once again? Because they absolutely steamrolled on their attack. It looks like they're pulling out
Looks
Echo.
like they're-
I'm glad that's impossible.
Yeah, it looks like they're swapping up the team comp entirely. This will be interesting to see. I didn't think Blades was doing
Winston,
that. I thought the
have you ever
Reinhardt
noticed any
1v1 was going
similarities
really
between
well, so I'm
Athena
interested to
and
see why they're deciding to pull out the monkey. It looks like they're going for a monkey rush composition, which is going to be interesting because we do see the Bastion on the side of Can Touch this. That monkey bubble is just going to get melted.
Yeah, playing a very dive-heavy comp now. Like, Monkey jumps in, Echo flies up, Reaper teleports in. We're gonna see that. As long as they play around the Bastion sentry mode, then there's a lot they can do to outmaneuver the more stationary team of Can't Touch this. It's interesting. Are they gonna
See how
dive in
this
or are they gonna
first
shoot
fight
underneath?
goes. Yeah, it's looking like they're just going to try and get cooldowns out right now. Bit of poking, prodding. There you go. The sentry mode's used already. So if they can just stay alive, they can easily just go for a dive after this one. We've got Shin who is looking behind him, however. And yeah, they do just actually have a lot of damage. Okay, Liger's getting up and in their faces and aggressive. He's going for a charge in right now. Cooldown on lock, but a really nice fight from Nunez Nation. However, Snell gets taken out early into the fight.
Massive. Like,
As
as
we
you see,
get back into the
the
thick
dive's
of it,
really playing
Blades
out,
is
yeah.
trying to do his most. He's diving on the rest of the team. Oh, it's a really good dive. There we go. The picks actually end up falling the way of Nunez Nation. I know they lost the first play in the team fight, but really nice fight and just isolating the back line. While you can see Liger's alive right now, but the rest of his team is absolutely not. He is just going to slowly die. There's not going to be another contest on this point, I believe, and it's just going to be Nunez Nation rolling into second point. And if they cap this one, I think we might go into another round.
Yeah, As we could see, there's really a lot of strength to that Winston comp coming out. They really had a lot more control of the high ground, low ground. Once they got Can't Touch This to drop low ground and give up their high ground position, they really could just play around and take advantage of that mobility differential. Interesting to see how this plays out here. Lag is very close to Earthshatter.
Shin gets the first pick onto Snell coming in, which means that's going to be probably a little bit of a reset right now. Shin is just so good at using his concussion mines in order to bounce people into the rest of his shots, which is really, really impressive. You don't see a lot of people who are well versed in Junkrat, but I definitely tell that Shin does that. As we can see, it was just a little bit of a regroup right now. Blade's getting a little bit low. He's going into the back line. He doesn't have his primal yet, and exactly, Liger does invest his shadow and actually kills Zen with that. And but they have invested a lot of ults right here. Yeah, 3 ults into that fight to hold that one, while New Year's Nation didn't actually end up getting their primal rage. They didn't have to use it, so maybe this is the fight.
Yeah, there's quite a few ults coming up on New Year's Nation here. They've got primal rage, they've got pulse bomb and a couple percentage. They've almost got sound barrier, and they've got Reaper's ultimate as well. Death Blossom could be massive here.
Could be massive indeed, but they're getting a little bit aggressive. Zaza uses the window early just to keep Liger alive and get a little bit damaged and just deterring them from wanting to walk in, because what they need to do right now is they need to burn that time bank. Blaze it is, however, now, and this time he has a bit of an escape. He has his Transcendence. Oh my gosh, in the back though, 2 people dying at the hands of Zen. Oh my gosh, why did I just forget Reaper ult off the top of my head? Die, die, die. Yes, Beyblade. Oh well, bit of a mental blank right there, but they actually noticeably finished with time. Death Blossom, there you go, I got there in the end. They finished with time, which means that this at worst can be a draw, or New Year's Nation will take this series.
Yeah, as we saw that, that's very well played. We saw the Zenyatta Reaper sneak underneath them when they were on the high ground. They hadn't even realized that. They dropped into him, and he nuked their Bastion and dropped the ultimate. 2 kills. Really just cleaned up the point there.
Blaze it is, however, now, and this time he has a bit of an escape. He has his Transcendence.
Yeah, that was that ultimate
in the
right
back,
there.
though, 2 people
Clean up the
dying
Bastion
at the
and
hands of Zen.
the Baptiste. And just steamroll the rest of the point. Numbers advantage, it's really strong in 5v5, especially on a map like this. Oh, we're seeing a pause come out. As you said earlier, Oceanic tournament.
It's never a Oceanic tournament if there isn't a pause for some reason. We will try and but New Year's Nation looking pretty posed to take this map. They've got 2 minutes. They've been averaging a lot faster caps than 2 minutes as well. They only need to get 1 tick on the first point of Horizon and they will take the first series. I do not know, production may be able to tell me if we are playing all 3 games even if New Year's take it, because I know it is a round robin, so it will be good to know that one on the side. But they've really turned it around, and again, you can kind of see it with 2CP, both sides are doing really well at attacking. Like, it's really easy to attack the point, because once you get that snowball, like, it's just almost so fast, especially with the transition from 6 to 5v5. That's 1 less person able to stall the point in a row while everyone gets back, so you get a 2k. That's massive. That's almost half the team. 3 kills, pretty much completely over, because you're just staggering back in. And we are actually getting back into the game. I believe it was just a quick DC, you know, just Overwatch things. So as we get back into the game, we can see that it is going to be New Year's Nation running much of the same, with a cheeky little Mei this time, and Can't Touch This pretty much staying with the team comp as well. 1 minute 56 seconds. If it's a tie, or in less time than that, we might see New Year's Nation take the series.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see how the value of this Mei comes out here in this comp. Playing around wall, they can wall off the Bastion when he goes into sentry mode. Or they can just try sneak point and block off line of sight, maybe.
Oh, really nice trigger of the trap from Shin right there, immediately taking down Transcendent Blades and Snell. So they're going to be going back into the lobby right now. Quick cleanup. It didn't take too much time off.
It's a very nice and clean first fight from Can't Touch This. We are seeing the Mei has been swapped out already. We've got now the Bastion Mirror, lots of damage. Melt the Reinhardt shield, hopefully we can just walk in. See how it plays out here. They really have to take down this very strong fortified area that Liger and his team are holding down. see, they're coming up on Shin's gonna have Riptire coming up this next fight. When they go up the stairs, that Junkrat spam is absolutely dead with.
There we go, we got the Diva coming out right now, doing so much. Liger is going in, but Shin again. On there. But Liger is getting so low into the background. They invest a little bit of internet issues going on. I don't know if it's mine or somebody else's. But currently I can only hear sound of the stream, so I'm only going off heart, and the heart is telling me that Union Nation is getting the picks. And it is just clean up right now. Exactly, it's just clean up right now, and it is going to be Nunez Nation taking map 2 and taking the series. There will be, I can confirm, no map 3 play. This is just a 2-0 win to Nunez Nation, and wow, what an amazing victory. Like, coming back from, like, they lost the first point of Ilios pretty convincingly. I think it was 13% to Can't Touch. This is 100. But from then on, playing really closely. And then as soon as they get to the Horizon Lunacle, their switch just turns on. Their attacks have been wonderful. Maybe they get stalled a little bit, but very clinical work right there, getting all the picks they need. Unfortunately, we did lose a video feed there a little bit as they were starting to clean up some of the characters. But hey, I could feel in the audio, I could feel in my heart that they were going to clean up that fight. So very good work from Nunez Nation.
Yeah, we really saw Nunez Nation showing the strength of their teamwork towards that second half. While they split up as a team, they each kept themselves alive so well, kept minting under pressure, split up, and then they regrouped at the end, really just getting individual picks. A very nice and clean team fight.
Absolutely. And because we have finished our first match, I do want to give a big shout out to one of the sponsors of today's streams. It is Quokka Mousepads. So guys, Quokka Mousepads is an OCE-based mousepad vendor that allows you to either purchase from a pre-existing range or even upload your own image and get it printed on a mat. They have just an array of different mousepad sizes for all of your setups. So they've got the smaller ones. They even do play mats if you play TCGs. It's really great. Pretty much any mouse pad you can think of, they've got a size that suits you. After every stream match today, we're actually going to be giving a $50 voucher in the chat, which means, and there's going to be 6 so across both of the days of the tournament, there will be 6 $50 gift cards given away, which is $300 worth of vouchers. So big thank you to Quokka Mousepads. I'm sure more information on all of that and how you can win one of those $50 vouchers will be in the chat. So please enter in. Big shout out to Quokka Mousepads as well. I believe because we are getting tired, like, you know, we've been shoutcasting. We've been doing a lot, haven't we, Z-Vapors? So I think we are going to be heading into a quick break after this segment to give our voices a little bit of time to wind down and to get excited for the next match that we're going to be seeing today.
We'll give time for the lobbies to be set up, give our teams some very nice time, let them get some drinks after that match. I'm sure Nunez Nation Can't Touch This. A little break for them after that before their second round.
Absolutely. So I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching so far, and get excited for the rest of the content creators that we're going to be seeing playing today. Welcome back, everyone. We had a little bit of a break right there, and what an amazing first game of the day. We had Nunez Nation taking the win over Can Touch This, but don't worry, there is chance for retribution because Can Touch This will be playing in the second game against versus Alt in our bio. But let's go back to the last game just for a little bit more and talk about who we thought maybe the MVP for that round is Z Beppers. Who do you think was the MVP of that last game?
Personally, overall MVP of that game. There was a lot of back and forth between the two teams. There's some really highlight moments. Although overall, I would give it to, personally, by choice, Zenyatta on the Symmetra. That first attack on Horizon Luna Colony, straight to the point, they absolutely wiped the team in a Rein vs Rein matchup. Symmetra is absolutely massive value. Constantly getting her ammo back, melting the shield. Very, very strong. He took down the enemy Reinhardt, took down Liger. They went straight through to second point. He had his ultimate. Just absolutely steamrolled and carried that whole attack. Very strong play.
Yeah, I think Zen was an amazing pick for the match. Just always kind of getting involved in there, and yeah, really good on that sim. It really set them up for the rest of it. And then when they swapped, even when they were playing Ashe and everything else, even when they were on Ilios, it's just really nice to see them hitting those shots and always willing to take those off angles. If I do have to have an honorable mention from the other team, I would definitely go from Kentash's Shin on that Junkrat. Absolutely filthy, getting so many picks with concussion mines, really good trap placement, that 3k tire that we saw, which let them cap their first run on attack on Horizon Luna Colony. I definitely saying Shin runner-up, but obviously you kind of want to give props to the winning team, so I definitely think that Zen was an amazing pick for MVP of that last series. But we can't dwell on that last series for too long. We do have to talk about the next game that is going to be coming up, and that game is going to be Can't Touch This versus Ult in Bio. So we've already seen a little bit of what Can't Touch This do, but I would actually like to bring up Ult in Bio and have a look at their team, because it's been a while since we've talked about them. We want to be seeing what they can do again, and if just for purposes, we've got Dixon, Kyle, Vestige, Seedy, and Jiff. They are our team Ult in Bio, and I quite like their name, and I really like their logo as well. I love how Dixon is playing tank, but he's decided he wants Torb on his graphic.
It's a beautiful little graphic there. I love how creative they are as a team. It'll be interesting to see how Dixon plays into this as well. I know he's a jack of all trades. I've seen him play every hero on the roster before, so it'd be very interesting. I'm gonna expect to see some Reinhardt versus Reinhardt here between him and Liger. Between the rest of their
I'm
team
expecting
as well.
Reinhardt versus Reinhardt. I'm going to be excited as well. What's interesting as well is I knew Kyle played a lot of Sombra, but then Prestige is the one who says Sombra on their card, and actually I know Prestige is the Roadhog player, but Prestige isn't playing tank, so now I'm really confused, but it's all fine. And I'm just really excited to see this team supported by Jiff, who's decided he wants to put Lucio as his favorite hero, even though I know him as an Ana player. I love you, Jiff. But CD obviously plays a lot of Ana as well. It's going to be really interesting to see how this team stacks up. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a lot of rush v rush. Like, they're just going to be rushing into each other. I assume there'll be a Sombra somewhere on the side of Ult in Bio. But I am quite excited to see what these two teams end up doing. It's going to be interesting. Liger did have a really good first series, so it's going to be interesting to see. Like, and I feel like for a lot of the time, Can't Touch This had such good highs, but then when they were getting steamrolled, they were just getting steamrolled. So maybe if we could just get a little bit more consistency from the team, a little bit less MLG Pro, and then I reckon that this is going to be a very close match.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, just a bit more work with them, regrouping after their fights, and they would be playing amazingly. It'd be very nice to see, especially with Ult and Bio as well. Seeing that they've got Ana, they've got Genji, we might be seeing some Nano Blades coming out here. It'd be a really interesting, completely different team comp compared to last game.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see these two teams fight. I think we should be getting into the match sometime in the near future. I assume they are going to be picking maps, so we have a map pool coming up. In fact, I believe we actually do have a map pool coming up that we can have a look at right here, and we're going to be seeing... Yeah, it's not a draw. It's a draw until they've played, right? We're going to be seeing the map that we didn't get to see in the last series. King's Row, the fated, probably I'd say favorite map of Overwatch. I don't think anyone really hates playing King's Row. Like, I think hybrid maps in general are just like some of the most well received, and King's Row is the top of that. S tier map, no complaints. Followed up by the push map, Esperanza. I'm definitely going to have said that map name wrong, but I have a hot take, Z-Deckers, and my hot take is I like push maps. I think teams that win push will generally win other map types because it tells you how you could best rotate your fights around your ults and everything else. So I quite like push. I'm excited for Esperanza.
Personally, I'm also a big fan of push as as well. I mean, we saw 2 CP go out the window, we saw push come in. Everyone kind of hated on it as it was kind of a replacement. It is very volatile. The winner of the first fight takes a lot of value. So it's a love-hate relationship, but I love how there's none of that overtime. It's you go in, there's 10 minutes, you're done in 10 minutes. You know what you're in for.
Exactly. And I love watching push maps, and actually Esperanza is one of my favorite push maps, so that is my bias. I'm very excited to be casting push, and if we get to it, they've picked Ilios as the last map, so we would maybe be seeing a replay. I hope that we do go to 3 games. I like when the series goes a little bit longer. You get to see a little bit more of these teams, a little bit more of their synergies and what they can do for each other. But guys, we are so excited because we are going to be getting into this map. We're going to be watching Kings Row, one of the fated best maps in Overwatch, so it's gonna be close, and if it's not close, I'm gonna cry.
100%. Oh, it looks like we are ready to go in. We're gonna be seeing that King's Row. I'm looking forward to seeing some Reinhardts here. Just assuming it's gonna be Reinhardt. Everyone loves Reinhardt, everyone loves King's Row. Let's go.
Asking the moderators to turn off roll lock so they can play goats just because it's funny. Like, at least on Kings Row, like, it's funny. I know there's only 6v6. Just recruit random people from chat and they can be the 6th member and then they can play real goats. But no, we're going to be playing 5v5. We're going to be playing roll lock, and it's going to be good. We actually are going to see that I believe Ult and Bai are going to be on the attack first. So what are we expecting, Beppers?
Ah, yes. As I predicted, we've got Dixon on the Reinhardt. We're going to be seeing that 1v1. We've got Kyle running the Symmetra. Like I said before, Symmetra is incredibly strong in that Reinhardt 1v1. Melts the shield, keeps high ammo, gets that level 3 beam really quickly. We're going to be seeing the Kuriko and Ana coming out in Ult and Bayer with a Reaper as well. Very, very strong role picks from them. We're obviously seeing Shin Kuomi on the Junkrat again. He absolutely popped off last game. Along with the support lineup on Can Touch This, being Baptiste and Zenyatta. That is a very high damage output. Especially like Bastion, Junkrat, Baptiste, Zen, they're gonna absolutely melt the Ult and Bio team, especially Dixon.
Yes, and unfortunately I cannot see the stream right now, so I am all heart and all fears. So Beppers, you might have to take this away for a second until I can get the stream working.
The stream has just began for me as well. I'm seeing in the first fight here.
I hear from Bastion. We've lost Jif. Jif has died early. Bets on Jif, who was to be the first dead in the team fight. Leica is taking a nap for all of his hard work. Zaza, however, gets the pick onto Vestige. And Jif has already swapped off of the Curie. On to the Moro now. We love to see it. And we have now got... There we go. We have a pause right now. I think this might be a pause because of us. We can now see the stream. So if that was the issue, I believe it is now fixed. We love Oceanic Overwatch.
It's okay, we can see the stream now. Everything's going well.
Yes, maybe it wasn't us. Maybe we weren't the only one having issues, and it was actually just everyone having a bit of issues, which I honestly wouldn't be surprised about either. But what can we talk about? Like, so I heard a lot of noises. I saw a Bastion on the screen for about 2 seconds, which I think was Fresh Lev, and then I saw Jif dead in the kill feed on Kiri, immediately on the Moira. And now we're back in the business, and I think I can see that Dixon is coming up to a shadow. Liger's already got it, so it's going to be a bit of a shadow up again. And I'm going to say that, and then no one's going to end up using their shadow.
Sure, we love to see it. 2 Reinhardts, both with Shatter. In Overwatch 2 now, with the 1 tank on either team, it's a nice little dance with each other. Who drops the shield, who gets shattered first? Especially with the new Kuriko.
And we're getting back into the game right now, into the action. Dixon on one of the charges of his career is immediately taken out during that charge. And Freshman just killed 2 people on the side of Ult in Bios. So that's going to be a quick reset right now. They're struggling to get out the spawn doors. Jif is up there on half health. He's going to heal up his team a little bit. We're going to do a bit of stabilizing. And they're going to start walking in again. Dixon at some point used his shatter. I don't know when, but he does not have it now. And we have 5 ults almost coming up on the side of Can't Touch This. Amatos gets a kick onto Jip. There's now a window. That Nano Ryan lasted about 2 milliseconds. And this Bastion is just going beep, beep, boop, boop, back into spawn. And again, it will be a reset for Ultim Bio.
There's a very clean fight coming out from Can't Touch This. All they used was Azazstack's amplification matrix, and they managed to wipe the whole team. They do happen to have a flanker in the backline now. Shin's kind of dealing with it, keeping them stuck back there. It'll be interesting to see. Ultim Bio has to regroup here, but they really are at an ult disadvantage. Once they get that Symmetra ult though, that'll be massive. Block out all the high damage from Can't Touch This.
Gosh, Lev is just getting so much damage in on the Bastion right now. Is completely on fire. They just can't even get in and take a fight right now. Like, they just, like, the Discord Orb is doing so much as well. Like, Dixon's already half health. Liger's, like, still completely fresh and full. They've got 4 ults on the side of it. Ultim Bio has no ults because Kyle is dead and he was the closest one to his ult. And it's just looking so rough. Like, look at this tracking on Lev. Like, as soon as they're coming out from their corners, they're just getting damage put into them.
Yeah, they just absolutely brute force their way into that, using that transcendence from Zenyatta, pushing in, taking that space. We're seeing that Symmetra coming out here. Can they take the space? Can they teleport the point? They're teleporting high ground, it seems.
Sasa's just killed 2. The support, the Baptiste, the Baptiste just laying in that damage right now. And then again, it is just back to the spawn queues. They have sub 1 minute left on the clock. There's Shin sent out a tire just for good measure. And poor CD is just going to get a little bit more staggered out. He did use a lot of ults there. However, Ultim Bio, they now have ults in Bio. So can they use these ults to make a push, do you think, ZFFers?
Their ults are very strong here. Like you see, Liger has got his shatter. Dixon is about 20% off. A couple swings and it'll be a shatter v shatter again. If Dixon hits a big shatter, they can really clean up their point with this. I think it's coming down to the Ryan 1v1 here for whether they get to cap or not.
Absolutely.
Coalescence
Dixon is
and
off
Nano.
chasing Liger, but he's just getting so much damage put into him on the side. We see Kyle has moved over to Sombra, hopefully getting a good hack. We have Vestige, who has gotten nanoed, but Shin gets the first pick onto Dixon. Shin does go down. Jif with the Coalescence does take down Maltos. This is actually looking like a fight that they can win right now, but the Slam comes down, knocks Jif out of Coalescence. He is dead on the floor. Liger charging into the spawn. Kyle does take back. It's a mess everywhere right now. The shadow comes down just in the nick of time. Will they touch point? Kyle in the back getting so much done on the Supra. He's on 2 health, but I think they're stabilizing. Shin is coming back. Kyle actually uses the 2B to get out to the health pack right now. There is going to look like there's going to be a last second contest, or is there? Or in the final hour, has Ultim Bio taken the point? They have.
That's a really good recontest, and honestly, they took that point. That was really good. It was back and forth. After they got 2 picks with the Nano Bastion, who was in a trap himself. I really thought nothing was going to happen. It was massive picks. And Liger touching the point, looking as if he's going to save it, but unfortunately he got put down. So we're going to see how these teams fight.
Nice fight strike kill onto Fresh Lead right off of the bat.
Transcendence coming out. It's a very even looking fight so
Coming
far.
out, Ryan's got each other on the floor. Oh, everyone on Ultim Bio is so low right now, however, and that is just going to be clean if I can touch this right through that choke there. They managed to hold it, and it's going to be interesting to see how Ultim Bio push through this. This choke can be so hard to get through on King Bro, especially when the other team has people like that who can spam down.
Yeah, the amount of spam coming out from both Junkrat and Zenyatta as well. 2 projectile characters, no damage fall off, spamming into that tight choke around both sides of the car. It's going to be very hard for them to get through.
Then gets the first pick right there onto Vestige, which is a little bit interesting. The Echo getting caught out in the air, and Jif is 1 health, and I tell you, Shin just knows the geometry of those concussion mines perfectly. Taken out already, uses the tire because he knows he's just going to get one back quickly. Gets the kill onto Vestige, who literally just came out of spawn. He's not going to be happy about that one. And they're just holding pretty 50 seconds left for Ultim Bio to make something happen.
Yeah, they have a lot of ults here. They're coming up on almost 5 ults. The only one missing their ult is the Kiriko. It's going to be interesting what they do. Maybe we might see an EMP shutter come out. It could be massive. The EMP
EMP
giving
would
the
be
shutter
massive to open the fight. There you go, EMP gets onto 3 people, both supports taken down immediately after the EMP. Amazing work from Kyle. Shin does trade out CD Cat, but they are in the driver's seat right now. Kyle just doing so much work on the Sombra. They do invest their copy as well, but they do manage to get the push, and they do have their nano that they've saved for the next fight.
Like a gentle rain.
So they invested 3 ultimates there, but they take the fight very cleanly. It'll be very interesting. They have their character ult coming up. They have Custodian Rush and Nano Boost. So it'll be interesting. Maybe they send in a really juiced up Reinhardt to the front lines for the same time. And that could
Rocket charges in, they are swinging at each other. Dixon getting low, but he's got the nano boost on him. What can he get done? I don't think it's a lot. Prestige just needs to stay alive right now. 131 HP. No, he gets walked into those. The mice from Freshly doing so much damage, and it's looking like it's just cleanup. Can't touch this, just taking this. The Kiriko Rush comes out right at the end, but it is not enough.
Score.
Yeah, some very high value from ults coming out in that final fight.
Switching sides.
Finn gets the first pick right there onto
this
Vestige.
replay
Right now we have
interesting that
Shin who
Caught
just
out in
look
the
at that and
concussion
give
mine
this one
knows
ult,
that
and
it was
I
low.
tell
Send
you,
it out. It's
Shin
like,
just
I'll
knows the
send out a
geometry of
tire
this
as
concussion
well.
mine perfect.
And
He's
he's
taking
going
out
in, and
already.
this is
This
Vestige
the
who
tire, but he
literally
knows he's
just
just gonna get
killed.
one back. Unfortunately, he just killed him just before the replay started, and he just ends up killing Vestige again. That one's gotta hurt. So almost 2 points capped from ult and bio. Do we and can't touch this? Do we think that they've got this one? This is the turnaround they wanted. They didn't win their first map, but now they're starting it off strong on King's Row.
I mean, their ult was very. I mean, their team comp was very similar to what they're running on defense. However, they're dropping a bit of that damage for more utility. They're swapping out from running Baptiste Sen to running Baptiste and Lucio, getting Liger in there, letting him swing, trying to enable him. They still have Shin on the Junkrat. I mean, from what I've seen so far, leave him on Junkrat all night long. He's doing absolute work. Fresh Web on the Echo, get some of that aerial, some of that high poke against the enemy Bastion, sorry. Be very interesting to see. They've got a lot of damage. Although we do see a Mercy coming out on ult and bio. That could be very strong. Damage boosted Bastion. We've seen how strong that's been in previous matches. So.
Absolutely. We've got Fresh Slim using the best Echo skin. I think I love Slime Echo. And they're going to be coming out. And immediately Kyle does take down Zaza. That's a great way to start it. Kyle is on a slither of health, however, and that is not good. Fresh Slim trading that kill back there now. Even Stevens both losing a DPS. But we have a bit of a rotate coming from Can't Touch This. They've fallen right on top of the Bastion. Like it. Playing that almost perfectly. He goes into turret mode, but he's already in the hotel and out of sight. And he's going for a charge. Misses on the charge. Does not connect, but he's standing in the corner, swinging his hammer, and his team is keeping it up right now. Vestige does fall. Liger still wants to keep walking in. I reckon he's been told by his team, please come back a little bit, but he's like, no, charging forward. And Lev does get hacked, but has managed to keep alive, and Shin is just trying to gatekeep some of these supports from coming back in right now. They've almost completely capped first point. In fact, they have.
There's an absolutely really clean rotate from Can't Touch This coming out there. Matos and Liger going along all the high ground, getting above them and dropping on top of the Bastion. Really taking space solely and strong.
Oh, Liger sent out the shadow onto them. He's gotten 2 people on the floor. It's just cleaner. Kyle does end up taking out Shin in the background, but it does not matter. Actually, Kyle does end up taking out Fresh Love as well. Kyle single-handedly dealing with both of the DPS, but I don't think it's going to matter. They're going to start pushing this payload, but I think Kyle should be able to get out alive. But Martos is hungry. They're hunting for Kyle. 20 HP. Unfortunately, though, it does not end up getting the chase. Ends up just going back to reset on the payload, which I think is the wiser option.
Yeah, they're nice and regrouped. However, if we look at the ult economy here, ult and bio's coming up on 4 ultimates, almost a 5th and a 6th, almost a 4th and a 5th, I think. Really, a very strong team fight coming up. If they can just stall long enough to use that as well.
There's 2 Reinhardts, there's 3 Reinhardts on the field right now. Never mind, Lev's taken out immediately. Vestige absolutely destroys him out of copy. We have a Nano Reinhardt, a Slam coming down. They're investing all of their ults. They are ulting in their bio right now. Everything has come out right now. They've used all 5 ults, but they have managed to stop the push.
While they did use all 5 ultimates, I mean, we are a big fan of just pressing Q. You know, you don't want to feel left out if the rest of your team's doing it. They did, however, it wasn't a dry fight from Can't Touch This. They did use Amplification Matrix, Bastion ult, and their own Shatter, I believe. So They're coming up on Riptire and Lucio deep, so if they play
Might
well,
get a
play
pancake
dry.
and slept, but being kept up by his team. It's going to be interesting to see what this tire from Shin can get. The beat is dropped early. Tony Hawk, aka Martos, getting that beat in. Liger gets the charge onto Dixon. Reinhardt v Reinhardt. The Mercy is now dead in the back line too. They're going to be rolling this in. That's a team kill. And actually, no, Kyle's alive somewhere, so Kyle might have to be able to stall this point. There, you can see wide sweep changes across the board. We have a Hampton coming out. We have Jiff on the Lucio, but it doesn't even matter. Kyle can't even get the touch. Can
Not at
touch
the end
this,
there, yeah.
can touch the point, and unfortunately Ultimate can't touch the point.
Play of the game.
I mean, we're seeing a play of the game coming out from Shin Kuoni. Absolutely doing work on the Junkrat.
This guy
here.
is absolutely cracked on the Junkrat. Like, I see him take out bars in map 1.
I'm not sure if you saw at the end of that game as well. He booped the Sombra into the air and then shot him at the sky again.
Yeah,
constantly
it's
doing
amazing
work.
how much shit just can get done onto these flying heroes. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I would never be caught dead running a Junkrat into all of this, but he's got no fear.
It's just taking it to the skies. 1v1 the Echo out of the air. We're getting ready to go into our second map, our push map. Be interested to see what comps that may be changing into the push map. I assume we're probably going to see the Reinhardt again. Push, very strong for Reinhardt, very strong for Brawl. As we know, both teams have Reinhardt fans on them.
Yeah, and really interesting enough, we did say it was Esperanza, which is my favorite push map, but we actually are going to be playing Runasapi, the new push map, instead. I have actually never seen a single piece of gameplay on Runasapi, so it's going to be a very interesting experience to cast, but I am excited, and I still do like push, and I like this map is so pretty. Like, the way that I think the water runs through the entire map, and I think there's places you can get booped off as well. We've seen a lot of Lucios through all of the series, so it's going to be really interesting to see what we can get done. It's going to be some of our first experiences casting the map, and it's going to be, I think, fun for the new players to play on a map that everyone doesn't know anything about.
Yeah, definitely. Have you played the map at all yourself? Because I have played it once, so I'm going to see the
I
health
have
packs
not
and things.
updated
Be a bit confused.
Yeah,
Be a
so
good fun, though.
I've not updated Overwatch yet, but I've seen the map. I've had a bit of a look at it, but I've not had I almost know nothing about it. So it's going to be my first experience, and it's going to be a fun one for sure.
Well, if our teams are ready, we'll get straight into it.
I believe the teams are just gearing up. I think they're almost ready, but they're not quite ready. But besides that, I think Ult and Bio, maybe they're just warming up a little bit. I felt like they just felt like they were maybe not cycling their ults as good as they could. They're, like, getting picked off early into the fights, I think, as well. So then they always ended up with like 4 to 5 ults, and then they would just ult in Bio. They would click all of their buttons and they would win a fight, but then they had almost no ults for the next fight. And I think that Ken Touch This just did a really good job of securing fights without investing 4 to 5 ults. They maybe used 1 to 2, and even when they didn't win that fight where they invested some of their ults, they still had 2 more ults that they could throw into the next one. I guess 0 ults ending up taking that one. So I think if we can see a little bit more ultimate rotation from ult and Bio, that maybe they have a little bit of a better chance on this next one, because you do need really good ult rotations for push maps. If you are throwing all of your ults into one fight, it is really hard to keep sustaining, especially when that robot is just going back and forth between checkpoints.
Yeah, Ult and Bio were really showing a very good rotations from their team. They were always getting their Reinhardt into the backline, speeding him through, getting him where he needed to be and when he needed to be. Very strong value. Like you said, Ult and Bio, they did tend to use quite a few ults at a time. It'd be nice to see maybe if they stagger them out a bit, maybe do more combos such as like EMP Shatter, only committing 2. Some of those really strong combos as opposed to just pressing all of their ult buttons. It does work, but it leaves them really weak in the fight afterwards.
Couldn't agree with you more. We are still waiting on these teams. You know, they're just getting their drinks. They're getting hyped up. Ult and Bio's hyping themselves up. They want to make this a game 3 kind of scenario. They want to tie up the rest of this series. Maybe they're doing all of they're planning, they're doing their little team huddle, and they're like, let's get into the game, let's get this going. But unfortunately, we're not in there quite yet. However, on the side of Can Touch This, I think if they just keep doing what they're doing, they're gonna find a lot of success. I'm really enjoying seeing some of the picks. Like, I like seeing Junkrat. It's weird to say that. I know Junkrat is painful sometimes, but it's interesting to see a non-meta pick that, you know, you don't see a Sojourn. You're not seeing like Soldier and stuff that you would generally see in these kind of tournaments. You're seeing Junkrat coming out and doing so much work. As we are heading into Renasapi, so I'm excited. I have no idea what I'm going to be looking at. I hope that maybe you have an idea from the one map that you've played, Peppers, but look how pretty it looks.
It's a very wonderful looking map. Look, just the way the water flows all the way through the middle. I haven't actually noticed what the carts are in this map. What the overall aesthetic is very beautiful though. There's a lot of different hidden high grounds as well.
Ready
So
for battle.
as we can see, Alt and Bio, they're coming out with a Winston composition. They got Winston, Illari.
I heard that dive is good on this map, but on the other side we see Liger running out on
We could have
surely
used
not
you in
the
old
horse. Peter, the horse is here. Surely
Castle,
not.
castle.
5, 4,
The battle cattle. Oh no, we're actually going to be seeing it. No, we're not. We
He's
got
just
trolled back
messing
on
with us.
ye old faithful Reinhardt.
Yeah,
Fair
I wouldn't
enough.
have put it past him. I mean,
corners out there.
back in my day, I remember Liger playing a bit of Orisa, and he was pretty lethal on it. Yeah, we're seeing Zaza stack on Illari. Gonna be doing a lot of damage, I expect.
Yeah, since Alari might be popular on this map, because Jif is on Alari too, and I've never seen this man play Alari before, but he actually gets the opening pick. I apologize, Marthas goes down early, but Dixon is stunned up in a charge and is getting so low. It doesn't go down just yet. Sorry, we got a little bit of a slideshow going on right now, but Zaza does get the next hit onto Kyle. Traded out, however, a little bit of a scrappy fight right now. A lot of kills going either way. The Steed ends up getting a kill right now, and it's looking like it's going a little bit both ways. They're just trading out back and forth, back and forth. Jim gets the kill onto Zaza. I'm sorry I doubted the Alari. It's going quite well right now. Goodbye, the Steed.
There's the charge
Into the
coming up
spawn.
from
You have been charged by the Liger. And this poor Anna actually ends up getting the kill. No, Dixon does. I think it's a snipe from long range. And he's just going back and forth, but no one's on the cart right now pushing it. It looks like, wow, there's a lot of fighting going around the center right now. A lot of scrappy fights to be had. The hack comes out. Shin hacked up. Still staying healthy though, kiting really well. We have Martos, Tony Hawk going in right now. And the kill is finished onto Dixon, so this looks like it is going to... Oh, actually, no. Olden Bai is actually pushing the cart right now, but there you go. It's finally a one fight in the favor, I believe, of Can Touch This. I say that, however, there's quite a lot of people on the point. People are getting back fast. Besiege is getting chased down by Tony Hawk. He's dead.
A very, very long, drawn-out fight there. What's the back and forth is saying? Just one pick here, one pick there, one pick here, one pick there. Very interesting. As we see, there's still no ultimates on the board yet. So it's still two dry fights. We're gonna look. Looks like we're gonna be coming up on Shatter though. Shatter on Can Touch This with Liger. Along with, I'd be interested in seeing
It looks a little
how
bit
the
too
Captivating
far.
Sun comes out. Yo, Aries. Lots
Yeah,
of massive
absolutely.
damage coming
Jif
out.
walked a little bit too far. As you could say, he was Icarus and got too close to the sun. Tony Hawk, aka Martus, just escaped all over him. And that means that is going to be this first checkpoint. Probably going to be capped right here by Can Touch This. And we just have Liger running into the spawn with the support of Martos, and they just clean up Jif and Vestige again.
Very clean. I'm not gonna lie, Liger showed a lot of restraint there. Two people directly on top of me as Reinhardt, you know, I would have pressed Q that, but not the best way, it's smarter not to.
Every
It would have
game,
been fun.
every play can be play of the game if you believe.
When you have the option to squish someone, you gotta go for it. We've got a lot of ults coming
he's
in.
going
Can
up
Touch This
again.
coming up at 4 ults. They're in a very
Yeah,
strong
they are
position
coming
here
up
with
for ults, but they
Mike.
don't even need them right now. Yeah, they don't even need the ult right now. Two people already taken down on the side of ult and fire. Again, there's going to be a lot of ults coming out. Oh, here we go. Shin is just using his ult right now. I think he just wants to get a pick. Oh no, that's a lot of people running. Okay, they're just staying in the spawn door. They're staying safe. Please don't die!
There's an
No,
absolutely
see the
massive
end of the
pick.
end of the
That could be a
tire.
game-winning pick.
I think it might be a game-winning pick because they've got so much going on. They have their captains on. They've got Shatter. They've just shattered in the spawn door. We have Captive Sun coming out on the side of Jib. Hasn't connected in on anyone. He actually gets Captive Sun himself. He's on 24 HP right now. He's just touching the point. But Vestige coming in with the tag visor as it gets 3. I thought this was a win by Can't Touch This, but no. It ends up being Alton Bio saved by Vestige with the 3k with the visor.
It's a huge visor from the side. I was really expecting that to go a lot more in Can't Touch This' favor. I was expecting to see maybe Dixon forcing Primal out of him just to keep touching point. But Vestige really just doing absolute work with that tactical visor. But now that the ults have been reset, Alton and Bio have got the ult advantage. They have Nano Winston with Primal for when he's getting in danger now. It's interesting to see how they can push this ult economy advantage.
Lev is using his visor. He didn't get to use it before. Oh, the Nano ends up keeping Vestige alive right now. He does get a pick onto Liger in the background. The Primal Monkey coming out as well. He's picked up. Soldier can't run anymore. No, Lev, he's gone down. And another really clean fight. Actually, a really nice Nano, I think, onto Vestige to take that one. And they're going to start moving this payload. They're about to get it back to the center, which means that the quick spawns won't be coming in anymore, and they will get a chance to start pushing.
Yeah, like you said, that was a very nice Nano. Vestige caught out in the open, about to drop, gets Nano set straight back to full health. Obviously, we saw the Ana go down for that, unfortunately, but a very strong recovery. Dixon coming out with the Winston trading back. Just see how they fight this next fight now that they have no ultimate, so they have to work towards building that Death Blossom back up. That's going to be the next ult and possibly win fights for them.
Absolutely, Cut is back in favor of Can Touch This. They're going to start moving it. There's no ults on any side just yet. In fact, Alton Bio not close to any of them. Liger probably the closest on the board with Shatter coming out, which you will expect to see come out into the next fight. But the Siege is doing a good job now that they're on the Reaper. They have a little bit more presence. They have they can't push in as aggressively without getting shot in the back. Dixon going for a bit of a flank. He is now behind Liger. But he is low. He is really quite low. He's jumped out right now, but is he going to get caught? I think he is going to be okay. But Shen ends up getting the kill onto Kyle with the trap. That's so unfortunate right now. And everyone on Alton Bio is just so low. They're just slowly getting cleaned up as well. So it is going to be them pushing, and they do not have far to push these vendors.
Right, yeah, these are some really big staggering picks as well. Thankfully, Kyle has taken down Shin, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Liger is still having Shadow hit. He hits the Shadow. It looks like they
Unfortunately,
are going to
Defense
possibly take
Matrix
the
does
one
not stop swinging, and they are just ticking over, and that is going to be Runasapi won by Can Touch This. They just had so many ults right there, and the staggers at the end just meant that they couldn't do it. So that is going to be a 2-0 in favor of Can Touch This. They took that series out very convincingly, quite fast as well.
Yeah, as we're going to see here in the play of the game, Vestige's massive soldier ult that saved the game for them, albeit temporarily. Still very massive. Look at this. Just absolutely worth getting put in.
You could actually see he was on fire from the Illari ult, but still managing to get the work done, which was very, very impressive. It was a really big ult from Vestige, but it just wasn't enough. I actually really liked that Vestige swapped onto the Reaper as well after. I thought that it meant that they could take more fights and they were doing a lot better with the Reaper. But again, they pushed so far. Can't Touch This just pushed so far, and when you almost pushed to the end that close in that early into a push map, it just means that the other team is just uphill battling so much, because as soon as you win a fight, you're pretty much back up to your forward spawn, and then you're just fighting in the center, and it's so hard when you're on the back foot in push, which is what I was saying. So unfortunately, no luck for Ult in Bio today, and I think that's the only time we're going to see them on the cast today. But going into tomorrow, hopefully they can get some of that sorted out, and they can come back better and stronger and with more ults than ever.
Yes. As you said, there's a very strong game from both of them. Ult and Bio, they played well, but Can't Touch This played better, just as it was. Very strong team. We'd love to see them again tomorrow. And good luck to them in the next game.
And guys, while we have you, because we have just finished the second game of 3 that we're doing today, I do want to again give a shout out to our sponsor of today's tournament. It is Quokka Mousepads. OCE-based mousepad. Look how they've got such a cute logo. Like, the quokkas are an animal that's found in WA. They are based in WA, and they're very cute. And you can either purchase a pre-existing mousepad, or you can purchase your own custom image. You can get any custom image that you want printed on a mouse mat, and there's got heaps of different sizes as well. Anything from TCG fire mats to any mouse mat for any size gamer. They've got it all. After every single one of these matches, we are giving away a $50 voucher in the chat. There's going to be 6 vouchers given away across the entirety of the weekend. We've already given one away today. So if you do want a chance to win one, exclamation mark giveaway in the chat. I'm pretty sure once you've entered once, you don't have to enter again. You might have to re-enter tomorrow. But for the rest of today, just have to exclamation mark giveaway once, and then you're entered in, and they will just be drawing winners, and it's really great. So Clock is giving away $300 worth of prizes, which is really great to see support for OCE content creation. So if you haven't already, please do that. And I think we will be heading into a short break between this match and the next, and we will be really excited to cast some more Overwatch for you coming up in the near future. Welcome back, everybody. That is 2 games down and 1 more to go. Congratulations to Genshard, who won the second giveaway for the $50 Quokka mousepad voucher. If you haven't already, exclamation mark giveaway in the chat. There is still 1 more voucher that we are giving away today. Before we get into the last and final match of the day, we want to revisit the last match that we just had, which was Can't Touch This versus Alt in Bio. And we're just going to talk about who we think the MVP of that last series was. So, Bethers, take it away. Who do you think the MVP of the last game was?
Personally, there was a large display of skill in that game. There's a lot of big shadows coming out from both Reinhardts, a lot of big ults coming out from everyone. But overall, however, I would have to give it to Shin Kuone for the Junkrat. He's unstoppable. He's been doing so much work in both maps, just constantly hitting directs, hitting them concussives. We saw in the replay of the first map on Kingswell, just hitting those cross-map concussive mines. So much value, so much damage from tires, constantly pressuring the enemies, even into the flying characters. Did not give up, never swapped. Committed.
Absolutely, yeah. I have to give it to Shin over the course of all of the series. Just amazing gameplay. Like, even in the one where they didn't win in their first game that they played today, was still just so good. If I have to give a runner-up from the other team, I definitely would be giving it to Vestige. His Soldier almost saved them on Sapi, and I think his Reaper swap was really good as well. So big props to Vestige. Haven't actually seen Vestige play a lot of DPS, but coming out today did do a lot on that one. But enough about the last match. Let's talk about our final match of the day. Of course, we have Can't Touch This playing again today, but they will be challenging Meowshree, the cutest Uwu team on the block. So if we have a bit of a look on the side of Team Meowshree, we can see an absolute bundle of cuties for the taking here. We have a Vortex playing tank, Exodus and Eshri, who are on the DPS, and Fluke and Flower going to playing support. I've just lost sound, so if you want to take over, I'm gonna go plug in another headset. Peppers, if you want to go talk about Meowshree, I'm gonna put a funny little headset on, so I'm gonna look a bit silly, but I'll get it working.
So we've got on Team Meowshree, as mentioned, Vortex on tank, Exodus and Eshri on DPS, and for support we've got Fluke and Flower Dragon. Be interesting to see how this game plays out here. We know that we've got Fluke on the Mercy. We're seeing potentially a damage boosted Cassidy coming out here. Eshri on Cassidy, Exodus on a Widow. It'd be nice to see maybe a team comp with more perk coming out. Yeah. Traditionally we've seen more so rolling going on so far. Damage boost, hit scan, love to see it.
I'm back, and I can hear you now, and I'm wearing a real gamer headset now that no one is allowed to comment on if they end up seeing it. What have we talked about? We talked about how cute this team is.
Not quite yet. We haven't put too much emphasis on that yet. Like you said, cutest team, Meowshree. Very nice cat theme going on. They're going to have a couple of hit scan players on their DPS. Mercy, damage boost, lots of damage coming out. It'd be nice to see how they play out here with a more perk type comp.
I'm used to Fluke being a DPS player, so I'm interested. He always used to get this line, and it was like, he would always get a lot of Mercies pocketing him, and the one line he would always give them was, meow if you want heals. So I wonder if he is now going to put that back on them and be like, DPS, if you would like a pocket, if you would like heals, if you would like a res, you must meow for it. And I expect it. When I go back and watch your VOD, Fluke, you better be demanding meows for heals, or I'll be quite disappointed. I know you are a Mercy main, so I'm excited to see that. And maybe if we want to quickly as well revisit Can't Touch This. I know it's been a while since we've seen their team lineups, so it'd be good to see the side of Can't Touch This. And as you can see, these guys have played all of the maps so far today. We've seen Liger getting absolutely crazy charges and slams on that Reinhardt. Shin, who has been just an absolute freak on the Junkrat. Levu's been playing a lot of Bastion, which has been really fun to see. Zazabu's been actually playing a lot of BAP, and I've really liked to see the BAP. And Martos, who is just going crazy. Tony Hawk, aka Skate Extraordinaire, they're doing so well, and I still like that they picked Venture as well. The they-them support. Let's go, guys. Almost at the end of Pride Month, but it's not over quite yet. We love to see representation in our lobbies.
So, have we got map picks yet for these guys?
I do not believe we have. map. Oh, wait, maybe we do. This is wonderful. Oh, and they're all new maps, but I see Circuit Royale, and I hope we don't get to Circuit, because I don't like Circuit Royale. Take it away on Real Analysis, Beppis.
Where were the maps again? Sorry, I've missed them. Okay, Rialto. I love Rialto personally. I mean, Trim Meowshree, we saw the favorite character Widow. Rialto, Widow, wonderful map. I really hope to see some Widow though.
I am a
Going
big
in,
fan of
second
Rialto.
one, I mean, it's a fun little map. It's got a lot of high ground control on first point, you know? And then second point, it's a little hard to cross the bridge. Once you make it across the bridge, you kind of scot-free. It's all close knit for the rest of the game. But yeah, it'll definitely be nice to see how that map plays out. I'm not too sure what tanks we're going to be seeing from Meowshree, so if we see some D.Va or some Winston, maybe that could be very strong for them against a predominantly Reinhardt heavy team.
Yeah, I'd love to see a D.Va or a Winston come out on Oasis, even like on Rialto, where there is just like a lot of these maps, barring Circuit Rail, have a lot of high ground that you can control, which is going to be really nice to see. Oasis, the only map I would say maybe you don't get away with it as much, could be University, but I still think that you can get away with those dive heroes. It's always interesting though when Circuit is in a map pool, because Circuit is one of the maps where it has its own meta. You always see Sigmas, you see Baps, you see a lot more poke comps coming out of Circuit Royale. You get to see a lot of Widow be played because there's really long sight lines. So it is going to be really interesting to see if we do get to Circuit Royale, how that one's going to be played, because I think it'll be played pretty differently from the first two maps.
Yeah, it's like you said, a very heavy, like, sniper-focused map, so... Like I said, with Rialto, there's a lot of value here for Widow players on Rialto and then Circuit Royale. So I'd love to see this map set go all the way to the third map, especially as the last game for the night. That'd be really fun to witness.
Absolutely. Seen a lot of 2-0s today. I'd love to see a 2-1. I'd like to see... Imagine what would happen if they tied a map. Actually, no, I don't think they can. We're not playing 2 CP. We had 2 CP in the first set, but we don't have 2 CP right now. So I don't think there realistically is going to be very many ties unless Hybrid goes very funnily. But it'd be interesting to see a little bit of a closer series. And I think that these two teams will be able to give us that. We have got some star-studded content creators ready to go. We are loading into the map right now, so we're about to get into the last game, guys. If you haven't already, exclamation mark giveaway for all of the giveaways we will be doing. Let's make this a fun last match of the DE Content Creator Clash Day 1 round robins.
Ready for battle.
Going into... Oh, there's already a pause. Who was expecting the pause already into this game? We'll see if it ends up being a quick one or if it's one that we will have to do a little bit of talking in between.
That'll be a couple-minute break while one of the team members just needs to take a quick break, grab a drink.
That's fine. That gives us a little bit more time to talk about Rialto. From what I did see a Pharah coming out for a second. That could be a little bit interesting if we see like some pharmacy play, because again, a lot of the maps we've kind of been seeing today, you kind of can be playing those Reinhardts. Rialto, much harder map to be playing Reinhardt on. So it's going to be interesting to see if Meowshree comes out on maybe more of a divey character that can control those high res and just jump away from the Reinhardt, make him turn, make Liger have to split his attention, and how Liger's going to be able to deal with that. But Liger's pretty well versed in playing Rialto over a course of different maps, so I'm sure he'll be able to figure it out. However, I'm just interested to see how the rest of the team functions. Shin's been doing so well, but again, Rialto's not kind of the map that I think I would see a Junkrat normally played on. So we'll be interested to see if we do see something else coming out from Shin, but I think he feels pretty confident on his Junkrat right now.
Yeah, like you mentioned, like it's not the strongest map for Reinhardt. It's also not the strongest map for Junkrat, but these are two players who've shown that they're not scared to put these characters into positions where they're not favoured. Such as we've got Liger constantly running the Reinhardt on maps that are so high ground heavy and still getting value. We've seen Shin Kuoni locking in the Junkrat against Pharah comps and still hitting them direct, pressuring everyone else and playing safe around the threat and maximising the value. So it'll be very interesting to see. I do believe I saw a Widowmaker as well, as I was hoping to see. So that can possess some really high threat against a Junkrat when you're bouncing through the air, just like skeet shooting, taking out the sky.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We are going back into the game. Everyone is ready to play. And guys, get excited. This is the first map of our last series for the day. We have Meowshree taking on Can't Touch This. Meowshree will be attacking first. Let's have a look at these teams. Beppers, what do we see?
As we've gone over so far, we're going to be seeing that pharmacy on Team Meowshree, along with a Widowmaker, Anna,
Isn't that
and
what
the
you
Battle
want?
Cattle. The horse is coming out. So it's a very strong comp. It's going to have a lot of value going into Can't Touch This. Orisa's Javelin Spin, very high value against the Bastion and the Junkrat, eating up that damage. But from Can't Touch This, we are obviously going to be seeing the Junkrat, high value, strong pick. Shin's been doing a lot of work tonight. Zaza stack on the Olave, lots of damage. It'll be interesting to see how they play this. Reinhardt on the defense.
We've got Fluke making it a little bit harder for Exodus to hit shots. That's what you get for having a Mercy pocket. You have your Mercy trolling you a little bit. Flower is on a slither of ours right now and actually does end up getting taken down by Martos in the backline. Martos then just kiting back through the rest of his team. He wants to fight the Widow, but he doesn't get to fight anyone because Lev has just taken down 3. Meowshree back into the lobby. More meows needed.
A lot of value coming out for Fresh Web. Straight up doing work in the backline. They have to try and take an off angle and deal with him, or even just focus down like a shield here. Like he's playing out in the open, you take down his shield, and then what's he to do here? He has to run away, take cover in the middle of the room.
Oh, Shin gets another pick onto Exodus, so back into the lobby. We did actually see the swap into the Sojourn, but there you go. Vortex and Fluke getting kills on to the rest of the team, so they might be able to push over this bridge right now. Zaza uses the ultimate, the Illari ultimate, and I think it hits on some people, but it doesn't end up killing anyone. Zaza goes so low, 27 HP, manages to get out into the safety of the pylon. That is all good. They're stabilizing quite well right here. And look at Lev just hitting those headshots. Eshri is so low already. Pylon taken down, so that's a little bit of healing gone. But Martos boops Flower, and Leg gets the kick onto Eshri again. Martos somehow ends up taking themselves off the map somewhere, but that's okay. Quick Martos point of view in the respawn. But Vortex does get the kill on the Liger, but it does not matter. It is another reset. Meowshree getting held at this first corner of Rialto right now.
As we can see here, Meowshree are really struggling to deal with the amount of spam coming out from Can't Touch This. The Bastion grenade, Junkrat, that's a lot.
Oh, here we go, picks coming out. The DPS line from Meowshree doing such good work. Shin and Zaza taken down. This is the push in they needed. However, Freshlife gets a kill onto Eshri with the Bastion mine, and now we have to see what Exodus is going to be able to do with this overclock. I know there has been wide surge and changes right now. Vortex pushing up with the Orisa, just trying to take as much space as possible. Does have the ultimate to use if necessary, and is getting so low, immediately has to go golden. And there's so many, like so much investment into that, and now Shin's got the tie in the background. No, Flower is just caught while she is using the GA to get back to Exodus, and it's looking like it's going to be a fight. Another hold by Can't Touch This.
Yeah, and they still have the Reinhardt Shadow as well. The Reinhardt Shadow, the Bastion Mortar Strike, they've got some high value ulti. If they combo those two, that can be a team wipe. They don't really have anything to block it, other than maybe a Golden Horse standing up front, but that's not going to save the team behind.
Just do have quite a few ults coming up. It's going to be interesting to see what they can do. They still do have the overclock on the side of Meowshree. A big overclock could do so much, but there is no overclock to be used. Actually, it does get used, but immediately Shin takes out Exodus. That is disastrous. Flower gets the res, but the ult is already expended. Here we go. Bastion, coming in from the sky. Fluke is in the corner, but manages to stay alive on the honor. Nanab is coming up. The Valve is invested into the fight. Can they stabilize a little bit? They've got Liger in the background who's so low right now, but because everyone has turned to look, Lev is just free firing into them. It's trades going both ways. Both teams losing members, but Martos almost gets Eshri off the map, but Eshri rolls back in. The Hindrance then comes in. He gets his beat cancelled. Everyone's getting their ults cancelled right now. Flower getting the finish with the melee before the beat is dropped.
Massive kill on Martos when they're right before the beat came out. Almost getting the boot twice in a row, but just unfortunately getting taken down. The new Hinder grenade, really hard to Lucius to avoid there.
In the meantime, Liger shatters through the car Eshri did have Deadeye, but there was not much she could do with that one. Even if she did pop the ultimate, the slam would have cancelled it immediately. And the Orisa just couldn't get the Reinhardt off in time. Reinhardt slams, I think, 2 people there and kills 3, and that's just the end of the fight. The cart has only just gotten around that kind of first corner. So Meowshi's going to have an excellent hold if they want to stop Can't Touch This from taking the map.
Yeah. Overall, that was a very well played point by Can't Touch This. That kill on the Sojourn as the ult was coming out was absolutely game winning right there. I do believe maybe if they'd have waited, they were about 80% towards Nano boost there. I think Nano overclock would have really sealed the deal there, but Shin just hitting a really high value Junkrat left click concussive mind combo and just taking out the ult as it pops. They got the res off, but losing that ult was vital to them.
Yeah, losing out on that overclock was just so unfortunate. The res came through, but it was just a little bit too late. Now we've got, actually, Lev's going to come out on the Genji, and I actually think I have seen a little bit of the Lev Genji. So this is going to be very interesting. I think they're feeling confident. I think they can keep on doing what they're doing, and they'll probably win this out. We do see Exodus moving over to Sombra as well, which is going to be interesting, and we just see a wide sleep comp change on the side of Meowshi's. I think they're just trying to do some stuff differently because they need to be able to get as much damage as Can Touch This is getting in.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how the Hammond plays out here. There's a bit of wrecking ball going on here.
Here we go, Martos is skating in. He's hacked immediately, but that's okay. I think they have gotten out to safety quite quickly, which is all good. Lev going in, getting hacked immediately, but it is all good. No one is getting too low at the moment. Vortex actually just gets the boot kill onto Zaza, which is really interesting. Takes out the pylon as well, and it's just rolling into the spawn right now. So this might be working a little bit better. The bowl is working, kills off Shin as well, and is back out to safety, and it's just going to get healed up. I'm liking the bowl pick right now.
They're actually getting some really high value off the Sombra as well. Like, just off the bat there, they had a Sombra going into the backline, up into Can't Touch This team with a Mercy Pocket as well. But that's just out of nowhere. Sudden Sombra with damage boost, that's a lot to deal with. They've got a lot of disruption going on between that and the Hammond.
Exactly. I really like the way that the Hammond is able to boot people out into space, and then Eshri's able to do so much damage on the Bastion as well. We actually now see that Liger's decided to play Bowl as well, but Liger is so low right now. And I think that the fact that Exodus is just playing the Sombra as well just gives a little bit of edge to Meowshi's. Eshri going absolutely ham, killing both the DPS on the side of Can't Touch This, and I'm really liking the comp that Meowshi's is running right now.
We're really seeing them play more into the strengths of their team, it seems. They're really working well with the communication, they're diving well with each other. Vortex is coming in, booping someone, and then they're just getting followed up instantly by Exodus with the Mercy Pocket.
Freshlip does take down Eshri, but Flower does use the Valk really wisely and actually gets the res onto Eshri. Lots of ults are coming out across the board. Fluke uses the Sunrise, and Gashly ends up getting Martos with that one as well. And I think Lev pulled out his blade, but ended up dying with that one as well. So a couple wasted ults from Can Touch This. He's going to swap over to the Echo.
There's a huge fight, a huge hold by Meowshi's there. Eshri taking down the blade is absolutely massive. He did one more swing to take her down, but unfortunate with the Mercy Pocket and moving around, lost track of her, got taken down. Be interesting to see how they're going to this next fight.
We've got Liger and Winston now, but like ults are coming out. That's a 4-man EMP. What can they get? Everyone is dying on Can't Touch This. There's just not much they can do. They have so much damage. Fluke has just played Kovacs with Martos for the last like 4 minutes of this game, which I think is absolutely hilarious. The ball's not going to get out. Zaza does end up getting the kill as well. So a couple of people still alive on the side of Can't Touch This. I wonder if they can get some picks. No, oh my gosh. It's so low. Shin's getting so low, but he's still alive. And Liger takes out Eshri at the Bastion. Moses takes out Flower as well. They're steamrolling. The ball is going to come back in. But I think they're going to be able to get touches. I think they just need to wait and try and get a regroup. Okay, Liger's a little bit low, but it's completely fine. They are still good for now. But Shin takes out Faluke. And here we go. The Sombra is coming in right now. Manages to get him, but immediately gets taken out of Invis. 3 meters to go. It's just so lone bolt. trying to stall the point, and he's doing his best job, but he just can't do it. And it's just so, it's a hard fought win, but they beat to secure it. Can't touch this, taking map
It
one.
was a very well played fight from just Meowscarey really put up a good fight there. They swapped their comp, they did a lot of work, they survived for quite a while. We see now Eshri getting player of the game here. Massive value on the Bastion. Just unfortunately they got staggered a little. At the end we even saw Liger on Winston just killing Sombra out of the spawn. They're posturing up, it took space. They're very well played throughout the whole point, but Can't Touch This took the win in the end.
They did take the win in the end, but I do want to give a shout out to Meowscarey, willing to change up their comp, swapping to that bowl, which I think worked a lot better for them, and they only had about 40 seconds left. If they won that fight just there, it would have been a very close map. Again, both teams almost struggling to just push it around those first couple of quarters of Rialto, but Can't Touch This just managing to get there in the end and edge out. A very close map one in the end.
Yeah, it was nice to see as well from Team Can't Touch This, seeing Liger swap onto that Hammond to Mirror as well. Like, he realized, I can't do much on Reinhardt here, and he's willing to flex and make that change to Mirror. Even into a Sombra, which, commendable. That cannot be a fun time, not Hammond into Sombra.
Absolutely, and I'm so excited because we will be going into Oasis next, and I heard that the teams are ready, so we might actually be able to get a quick change into the next map, which is going to be Oasis, which is good because we're just going to keep the hype rolling on. It was a really fast-paced and high-intensity match, so I'm really excited to see them play on Oasis, and I think that it's going to be interesting to see because we did see Liger actually swap off of more of those Broly Pokey tanks onto Winston, so it was good to see the Winston come out, and I think it actually worked really well for them. So Oasis, where our map where I think Dive is pretty good on, it will be interesting to see what the teams end up running. I think Bowl works quite well on Oasis as well, so it'll be interesting to see if Meowscarey keep playing Bowl or if they swap off.
Yeah, either way, we'll get straight into it while all the players are nice and warmed up. And wait to see some of these comps. Like you said, it'd be nice to see more of this Brawl comps. Maybe a bit of a change off of the Reinhardt.
Ready for battle.
I do think Liger's probably going to go back to the Reinhardt here, however, though. This first point on Oasis is very strong for Ryan.
Absolutely, we see Vortex actually locking the Ryan in the spawn, so it'd be good to actually see some more Ryan v Ryan gameplay. You don't get to see it all the time, so it's nice when it does pop up.
Yeah, everyone loves seeing Ryan, just no one likes playing him in the competitive queues, in the ladder. You get those few who force him, but there's few and far Reinhardt players in the queues nowadays, I feel. They need to make a return. As we see, it's going to be a Ryan 1v1.
Here we go, they're starting to swing. Oh, he gets discorded immediately, and Vortex actually ends up winning that one. The discord from Fluke just means that, like we got shredded just so much more quickly, and Vortex, now that he's got no opposing run, he actually does get trapped. Oh no, slept and hindered on the floor. Poor Martos.
All of the CC.
We have Lev who's on the point, but Eshray's hitting some nice shots right now. We're gonna have a high run. However, it is going to be Can't Touch This on the point right now, even though they're down. Liger is back into the fight, so we actually see, even though Meowscarey got the first 2 picks, they're going to give up the point capture.
As we look at the comps here, Meowscarey has a lot more damage on their team with the Bastion and the Zenyatta Discord Orb. However, they need to really play around the Bastion Sentry. If Can't Touch This play around the Bastion Sentry, then they really have a stronger comp here.
Lev almost killed Vortex, but they just got a little bit too greedy going in for the kill. Vortex got healed up and gets a 5-strike kill onto Lev. So this is maybe where they want to start walking in. Again, Vortex gets that kill onto Liger, showing him that not only one person in this lobby can play the Reinhardt. It gets a pin kill onto Shin. Vortex going crazy on the Ryan right now.
Vortex is absolutely just holding W into their whole team there. Here we have multiple ults coming up for both teams here. We've got Shin with the Riptide, Zaza stack with the Captivating Sun. You're going to see the Bastion ult coming out from Team Gap. Are they going to get any picks here?
Big O, Captivating Sun comes out early on the side, but I think
Zaza got taken down by the Bastion ult while sending the Captivating Sun.
I didn't even know that interaction could happen in Overwatch. You learn something new every day. Vortex in these 5 strikes are on point, Lev down again, and he kills the tire because he's nano boosted with 1 swing. Liger goes for the charge, but it doesn't do anything. Liger ends up getting taken down as well, and oh my gosh, it's turning around for Team Meowscarey. Vortex on a Reinhardt going crazy right now.
Meowscarey are really showing their strength in this matchup here. Getting a lot of value. They have Vortex with his Shatter. Liger's getting his in 1 more %. He's gonna win the 9-1v1 here. This is it.
I just saw Fluke shield bash into the team and completely die, so bless your soul. No, Freshland gets slapped, but then immediately woken, but he still goes down to Estri in the end. But I think all the damage has been done. Fluke did a little bit of trolling with that shield bash. He wanted to be a Reinhardt player too on support, but he just made a couple silly little errors, and that's okay, it happens to the best of us, but it's going to be a reset. Can't touch this, have that point control, and noticeably didn't use their own Heart Shatter.
Yeah, them having Shatter here is really strong for them. That Bastion is flying into the sky right now, taking down the Freshweb.
Absolutely, they do just the beat into a fight. I think they were like pretty handily winning, but that's okay as long as they get the cleanup right now. All of the, and one by one they end up just dying. It's okay, they only invest a couple of ults into that fight. They still got quite a few coming up, but Meowscarey are going to start having ults as well. Pretty even on the capture percentage, so hopefully this next fight is a close one, and let's see what Meowscarey can do.
Percentage is really close here, both teams are at 70%. However, Can Touch this has 3 very strong game-winning ultimates. All 3 of their ults, Shatter, Riptide, and Captivating Stun, have the capability of wiping a whole team.
So we see Fluke back on the Alari right now. They've decided the Brig wasn't for them. And we can see that Exodus does get hit by that Captivating Stun and immediately taken out by the Tire. Zaza then gets the kill onto Flower, and it is just cleaning up duty right now. There's 10% left. I don't know if there's going to be a touch on the side of Meowscarey right now. It's looking like Can't Touch This is going to take round 1 of Oasis.
It's looking like this is, it's going to Can Touch This. They just played really strong there with their ults. I feel really bad for Exodus there, eating a Captivating Stun, then getting Solar Riptide. It is what it is. A kill is massive, especially that close towards the end of a round. And then, they just steamrolled through. That ult advantage is just too strong.
As we go into this, Meowscarey needs to take a stand right now. If they lose this map, they will lose the series. And after a rough start, Can't Touch This has proven that they can play with all of the big boys. Like, it's going absolutely insane for them right now. They've gotten all of their synergy worked out, and they're functioning much more like a unit. They had a rough couple of first fights on that last map, but managed to figure everything out. Did not give it back once they had received the point.
It's interesting to look at the changes in team comp here. So Vortex swapping to the Doomfist. And they're running the Pharmacy as well. The Sombra, their whole team is very hard to pin down here.
Yeah, Flick on the Kiri for survivability as well. Marta's hacked up immediately, taken down. I think they're just going to start going for the backline right now. They've turned onto Liger right now, and they're trying to go for the hack. Oh, but Vortex goes in a little bit too deep and just gets absolutely blown up by the Junkrat mines. However, Estri trading back, doing a lot of work on this fire, a lot of damage right now, and just trying to stay out of swing range from Liger. And no one is currently going to be attacking the point right now because they're both down members, and I think they both don't want to just make the first move. Both teams seeing what happens, but one team is going to have to work towards the point one way or another. Here we go, we have Shin. I wonder what he's going to be able to get done. Genji dashes into the face of the fire, but nothing's happened yet. Meowscarey decided they want to take first control of the point. Really nice concussion mine, I actually think stops them from touching, and now the point has been taken by Meowscarey, and they're just going to keep trying to clean up. Vortex going in, trying to get picks onto the back line, and is just trying to mark Liger as well as Estri just wreaks havoc in the back line. Leb goes down, and it's looking like slowly but surely the fight is going to be won by Meowscarey. And I like that they're taking the fight slow. They don't have to win fast fights. They've got control of the point. The longer the fights go, the better for them.
Yeah, as you said, like, they're taking these fights slow. It really is so beneficial to them. All of their characters are really mobile, really hard to pin down. They can kite the Reinhardt very well. The Junkrat's going to struggle shooting down the Pharah, and Sombra can just teleport away. Since they capped that at the start, the longer and slower they stall that fight, the more percentage they win. Even if they ended up losing the fight, they would have benefited so much from it.
We have an early Valkyrie coming out from Flower Dragon. I like the use of aggressive bats because it means you get to make more plays and you're healing up your team going for those more aggressive plays. Shin is trying to mark Farah. Fluke does actually get taken out by a boot from Martos, but does get the Kiri rush off before it happens. Leb, however, takes down Exodus. Vortex trading back onto the tank. That's actually really good. They get the res onto the other support. Fluke back into the fight. I Suzu could be so useful right now, and just more healing in the fight. Vortex went crazy as just before he dies, so it's looking like it might continue to be a hold. Lev is on the point by himself, but Esri doing a really good job just to hit those shots from behind, and it's looking like they're going to keep hold of the point. Like is standing on it. Esri doesn't want to drop onto the high ground. Fair enough, but it is looking like a fight that possibly Meowscarada can get a quick recap if all goes well. Liger getting quite low right now, but does have a lot of shield and is getting healed back up to full. Esri is going to be taking on Shin in the background. It's going to be Pharah versus Junkrat, but no. Ends up trying to look and help out Vortex with the Reinhardt, but not in time. Martis are going absolutely sending it onto the team, and he does get his beat off this time. 13 health to spare.
Absolutely massive. The ult saving their life, just absolute value. It's always worth it if you save yourself.
Exactly. Like, it's not a play that you can put in the montage unless you can put it in the montage. Like, you're never going to put the beats you don't hit in the montage, but that beat could go in the montage.
We're seeing right now though, they've taken point, they used a lot of ults though, they have a lot of message there. Yashri with the Doom Pistol, the Meteor Strikes, as well as Rocket Barrage, ready and build.
There you go, Rocket Barrage incoming off to the side, immediately takes down Shin, which is really great. Vortex takes down Liger as well, and it looks like Meowscarada is getting the picks that they need in this fight. Zaza solo as well, gets taken out with Concussion Blast because it does do a little bit more damage than it used to do, and it's going to be a cap in the favor of Meowscarada. However, they do not have many ults that are close, while on the other hand, we do have a Slam coming out as well as the Captive's Son, and they're going to be pretty close to their DPS ults as well. So if Can't Touch This can take a fight altogether, it might be something that they can flip back and keep stalling the point on, but let's see what maybe picks Meowscarada can get to stop this from happening. They're at 90% and counting. It's one fight territory. If they can win this fight, they win.
We really need to see a pick, some high damage coming out from Esri here with the pharmacy.
Absolutely.
Really seal the deal.
There you go. Shin takes down Esri in the sky first, but Fluke takes down Shin. Zaza gets the kill, however, on to... They're just trading back and forth. This could go either way. Vortex is so low right now. Liger's low, but he's alive right now. I don't know if he actually gets anyone with that slam, however, but he does end up taking down Fluke. Martis just needs to stay alive. He just needs to stay with his Reinhardt, and it's going to work out, but he ends up getting the pick onto Exodus. It is now just Vortex on the point. They knock each other down. Can't shoot into that punch because otherwise he's going to do a lot of damage. People are starting to come back. Mercy's back into the fight using the Valve, but I don't know what's going to be able to happen. Leb does get his visor and takes a flower out of the sky. Leb with 3 with the visor. I think they've hold it, but it's not over yet. They're only at 70%. Meowscarada do get more fights.
There was a lot of ultimates coming out, like just in that fight there. I think we saw the opening of the fight with Zaza stack using Captivating Sun, and she's already back up to 60%. That's how long that fight was.
And exactly, so it's one fight territory right now. If this needs to be a big tie, if they get a big tie right now, it could just be over for them. He gets 2 with the tie, he gets both supports. That's awful massive. If you're Meowscarada. Leb takes down Vortex, Esri's down 2. It is just one poor little... And it's not going to be enough. It is over. Can't Touch This. Taking Oasis. It was hard fought. It was definitely hard fought. But taking Oasis in the end 2-0 and taking the series 2-0 as well.
Of the game.
It's very close. As we see here, Fresh Web.
This ends now.
We cannot see the stream at the moment, so unfortunately, there is issues with production.
Okay, and yeah, I thought it was me. I thought my internet died. My internet's been not great all day, guys. So I thought it might have been me, but apparently it wasn't me.
See, we have got a stream back. Production is back, I believe.
It's okay. Technical difficulties happen. We're back. I'm wearing this silly little headset, which is absolutely fine, but that's okay. Okay. But what a great match that we had between Can't Touch This and Meowscarada. I think it was actually a really close match. I don't think that the 2-0 scoreline actually showed how close some of those maps were.
Yeah, like you said, on paper, 2-0 looks like a strong defeat, strong victory. Not at all. Both those matches were extremely close, especially like looking at that Rialto game. It both on that first corner of Rialto, both teams got stuck there for a good couple minutes there. And then coming into the second map, just Oasis goes all the way right to 99 basically for both of the points. Very hard fought by Meowshree, but in the end, Kantouches took it down with stronger uses of ult, stronger picks.
Absolutely, yeah, they managed to just use their ults so nicely when they got to those last couple of fights, like Shin getting both supports with that tire. Like, I know that they used a lot of ults in the fight previously, but they were able to use, like, because Fresh Lev got so many picks with that fight before, and they just saved their tire, and all he needed to do right here was get kills. If that tire died right there, I don't know who would have ended up winning the map, but getting 2 supports is so much value with just a Junkrat tire, because a lot of the times you kind of expect the tire to not get anything because it normally gets shot down, but Shin was just really good at getting all of his tires to keep coming through.
Even that way into the game, where it's like, they're at 92%, they have to contest, just having a tire on the other side of that wall, just driving there, stalling them, that's so much pressure that they have to run in. They're like, if they don't try and push past it, they're just going to lose point anyway. It's a very, very tough position to be in.
Absolutely. Now, we are supposedly maybe getting an interview right now. I'm just confirming with production whether or not that will be happening. But while we potentially get that one set up again, guys, one last ad read for the rest of the tournament. This is sponsored by Quokka Mousepad, which is an OCE-based mousepad vendor that allows you to either purchase a pre-existing one. I know they've got some really cool ones. If you know the rugs that have like all of the tracks and like I think it's like all of the roads, like the really iconic Australian map, they have that as a mousepad, which is absolutely stunning and so cool. Or you can even upload your own image. If you have a commission piece that you've gotten done, or you just have a really cool image that you really like, you can upload that one and they can get that printed out on a variety of different sizes, from small mouse pads because you don't have a lot of space to massive ones that fit both your keyboard and your mouth. They have a mouse pad that works for you. They also got some really helpful guides on sizing as well in case you need that kind of stuff. And this is the last one that we're going to be giving away today. We're going to be giving away a $50 voucher in the chat. We've already given away 2. This is the last and final one of the day, but we will be giving away more tomorrow when we get into single elimination brackets. This is $300 worth of vouchers in total, so if you have an exclamation mark giveaway in the chat, we will be drawing that one soon. As well as that, while we have some time for everyone to enter the giveaway, I think we're going to be heading into a quick 5-minute break so we sort up all of the rest of the things. And we will see you back soon, I think hopefully for an interview and as well as some final thoughts as well. And we are back. We had a couple of little quirks getting everything ready, but we do have a fun interview coming later. But before we get into our interview, let's talk about our overall MVP for the day. And Z-Beppers, who do you think our overall MVP was for today?
Overall MVP, throughout the day, we've seen some amazing players. There's been a lot of talent on every team we've seen so far. Everyone has had their time to shine. But there's been one person who I think has shined a bit more than I really expected based on the pick, and that has been Shin Kuone on the Junkrat. Honestly, just shocked witnessing that. Constantly hitting directs, amazing use of concussive, and every single tire has been a massive threat to everybody.
Yeah, it was really cool seeing all of these tire plays coming out and just watching how many Sky Heroes, how many Faras, how many Echoes just got shot out of the air by just a regular Junkrat mine was absolutely insane. And just how well he kind of knew the arc of the concussion mine as well and getting some really nice traps as well. I think just overall across the entire day, I was super impressed with how the Junkrat was played, even if it wasn't necessarily in a situation that I would have thought Junkrat would have been the best. And also, when Junkrat didn't work, the willingness to swap off. I think we did see him on Bastion a little bit. I think he played Cass a little bit in that first map, even though it didn't go their way. So it was really cool to see that. As well as this, I believe we did have our final winner announced for the Quokka mouse pad. Let me quickly get up who it was. I believe it was XZen, who in fact played in today. So congratulations to XZen for winning that last $50 Quokka mouse pad. But don't worry, guys, chances to win more coming tomorrow as well. And let's be real, Shin played really well, but who held the entire team together? The team captain of the day, it was Zaza. So I'm really excited to be announcing that we will be interviewing Zaza today to hear about her thoughts on the entire day and stuff that she's looking forward to going into tomorrow, as well as some other just fun little questions we thought up.
Hello.
Hi, welcome Zaza. It's been wonderful casting your games tonight.
Yeah, no, it's been super fun playing them. Honestly, I've had an absolute blast, except for that Horizon Lunar Colony game.
Yeah, that one did get a little messy at times, but you guys pulled through in the end.
Yeah. No, I'm never a fan of that map.
But it's nice to see it after a good couple of years, though, right?
Yeah.
Even
yeah,
in
but,
Overwatch 1,
but
it
the
wasn't
thing
bad.
is,
It's in the vault for a reason, right?
it reminds us why it's gone. It reminds us why it's gone.
It could have been Paris. Look at it that way.
That's true. At least it's better than Paris. That is true.
So, throughout your night, through all three of your games, do you have a certain moment that shined out as your highlight of the night?
Look, personally, I feel like once I switched to Alari, I was having a lot more fun than playing BAP. I really did enjoy like the Alari ults, to be honest. Like, Alari has been my favorite support hero lately, and you know, it's nice to be able to still get value in like different settings with that ultimate. It's like pretty huge if people can follow up, so that was cool. And also the back windows that I had on in the game versus Dixon's team, Altered Bio. I popped a lot of windows against Dixon. I'm sorry, Dixon. I apologize. I know it was painful. You got melted several times. You'll be right. But yeah.
Always tomorrow.
Exactly. There's always tomorrow. I might do it again.
Especially in that Kings Row game, you were poor Dixon.
Yeah. No, that's the main one I'm talking about, because we still shredded him, like managed to shred him through Nano and stuff like that.
Yes, I saw that. That was very sad.
Yeah,
poor guy couldn't get up.
Yeah, I was
but I've
calling
seen
to my
your
team.
comp,
I'm like, you guys have to melt the tank. As soon as I pop that window, you have to melt him. And I was like saying that to my team. So,
That
if we did
window,
it-
the Discord.
Yeah, it was so much damage. I feel bad for Dix.
It's okay, it was good content.
Yeah, exactly.
Now-
That's all that matters, right?
Speaking of the big wins, you did end up losing your first series to Nunez, and I did see in the Twitch chat there was a little bit of discourse. I saw Liger in there saying that you will avenge yourself tomorrow. So what do you think maybe went wrong in that series, and how do you think you're gonna fix it up for tomorrow if you do end up facing them?
I was actually, whenever I play matches, I feel like I go into a kind of like a coach mode. And I tell people, I'm like, if you don't like my criticism, please tell me. Because I don't want to be rude. But yeah, I was like telling my team, I'm like, you guys are peeking too far. And you guys are holding on the wrong side, and you know, things like that. I think it was just simple, like, easily fixable mistakes. Is the reason why we lost it. Like not playing our corners properly, not playing together, and having cluttered comms as well was another thing. But yeah, I think they were probably like the 3 top reasons why we fumbled those games. But you know, now we've learnt from those mistakes, and we're ready for tomorrow, and we're gonna bring it back, I believe.
Absolutely. And you won't
Yeah.
hopefully have to play Horizon Lunar Colony, a map you've not seen in years, right? Tomorrow.
Poor Fresh Lab on our team, he hasn't ever played that map in his life.
Oh.
He's an Overwatch 2 player. He has never played Overwatch.
So never would have seen the highs and
so-
lows of 2CP and
Yeah,
just
so
getting
during-
absolutely steamrolled.
During that entire map, I was just trying to explain to him, I'm like, so there's this outside bit where it's like low gravity, don't go out there, that's not good. And I'm like, don't get stuck in that room and don't go in that one and just stay up here and rotate here. I
It's
was
so
trying to, like,
hard.
explain it all because I'm like, okay, so this is the second point, like when we started defending. And I was like, okay, so this is the second point. We start right at the back of the map, so if you die on first point, you gotta go all the way back. And I was trying to just like explain it to him because he's never seen it before, you know? And I was trying to like be like, this is what you gotta do, this is how this
Yeah,
works,
that would be
this is
very
what
hard.
2CP was like, and this is why it's gone in the game.
Exactly, because there's just so many like little rooms in Horizon where you just get caught in, and when both teams are
Yeah.
playing Junkrat, you're just getting fired into. And you're like, oh, okay, I've stayed in a room for a little too long, and now I'm dead.
Yeah, no, that's exactly that. That's why, yeah, I feel like Horizon Lunar Colony, we really struggled on it because, we had someone who had never heard of the map, and I'm not, like, we all could have played better on that map, but it's difficult explaining it to someone who's never seen it before.
Yeah, and a new game mode as well, like
Yeah,
2CP's like it's
yeah.
long and forgotten, so it's
Yeah,
just
I'm-
hard to be like,
yeah, so the whole time I was just trying to explain it to Pleb, but then also like help the team out and be like, hey, like let's rotate here, they've gone there, let's rotate this way, and you know, things like that. So
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah.
Okay, I got a bit of
saying
a fun
that,
question.
yeah.
Oh no,
Okay.
sorry, you finish off. I've got a fun question.
You did very well though, considering all that. Like you took it to 5-4, so
Yeah,
double overtime. That's very good for
2CP
for
moment.
what you have.
It literally-
Yeah, it's just the sim TPs, like especially
Oh.
when they sim TPs the first point. That was like one of the I don't know if you guys remember, but like every 2CP map, there was a way to sim TP strat it, you know, and like
yeah.
Yeah.
like Hanamura, you could go straight to point with TP and just TP through the enemy team or top left, or like Anubis, you could TP up the very top, or you could TP onto the first platform, sort of thing. You know, you
Yeah.
had places to go on every 2CP map. So
Yeah, it's so rough, the TP, like, because on every 2CP map, you could take multiple teleports and you had to be set up in order to defend all
Yeah.
of them, because you either go straight to point or you go to the high ground. And yeah, so Lunar Colony is definitely one of the maps where you could go left high ground, you could go right high ground, you could go straight to the point, so it was very hard to be able to cover all your bases.
yeah, I also felt like I didn't want to go Ana because I knew that there was always the chance of like, you know how they switched to Winston at the end,
Yeah.
and kind of a divey comp, like a half divey, half potion sort of comp. I wanted to go Ana because they had Sin and they were TPing, and if you have the high ground, you can just like throw a nade down. They're all anti pretty
Yeah.
much. Like as soon as they walk through TP, because they're not going to be ready for that. But I didn't want to play Ana because of the risk of me not having peel with Martos being a Lucio main. He's great at Lucio, but he can't peel for me easily when he has such slow heals. You know, he's not going to waste amp on me every time.
Exactly. And it wants to be pushing up with the Reinhardt of Liger as well.
Exactly, yeah. It was better for them two to stay as like a duo and for me to look after everything else.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully it goes better yesterday. I think they were still close maps, like again, 5-4
Yeah.
on Horizon Lunar Colony, like almost being able to hold it at the end there. I'm for sure thinking that if you guys do end up facing tomorrow, it's going to be a close series, and I reckon you've got the strats to pull it back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One more fun question. I know that you own a few Jade guns, I believe. I think you were one of the quickest people to end up getting your first Jade gun. So what
Uh-huh.
Jade gun was the first one? How quickly did you get it, and how many do you actually currently own?
So, okay, so right now I have 4, and I'm about to get my 5th. I think I'm like 2 off my 5th one. But yeah, like I'm at like 2,800 points or
Oh
something.
my gosh.
Yeah, like I play co-op too much for my own good.
I feel that
It's
too,
not
but I've got one, so I'm just like my.
Yeah, well, I got my first one for Widow, I'm pretty sure it was. Widow, then Ana. And then I started letting Twitter pick every other one. I just kind of do it when I get close to, like, I still gotta put out the post for the one that I'm about to get, but I let Twitter pick. And so far they picked Lucio, and they picked Reinhardt as well. So I've got those two Jade weapons, and I'm interested to see what they're gonna pick for the next one, because I know a lot of people want me to get Sombras because I have a special hate for that hero.
Yes, of
I'm sure a lot
course.
of people know that, especially because I'm a biased Widow main as well. But yeah, and yeah, it takes 150 wins exactly to get a Jade weapon in comp.
Yeah.
So,
So absolutely
Yeah.
grinding out those
Yeah.
wins. No, it's really
Yeah.
good to see.
and sorry, you go.
No, you go. I don't think I had anything.
I was just gonna say, so like I win roughly maybe like 300 games a season or a bit more than that. Like I play around like 600 maybe. So it's like a pretty 50-50 win rate. Sometimes it's 60-40 if I'm on a good season, but yeah, like it just depends on how much you play really. Like yeah, you gotta be getting the wins to
Oh,
bring out the great
absolutely.
weapons. Yeah.
No, it's so good to see that you're grinding the game and you're still playing all that competitive and
I
just
still
keeping
love
on going.
I still
Oh,
love it
yeah.
just as much as when I first got in the game. As even if I say I hate it some days, even if I say these games suck some days, like I still am obsessed with the game. I don't think I ever won't be obsessed with the game, and yeah, it's my favorite game in the whole wide world. You know, like I couldn't switch off of it for anything else. I've tried
Absolutely.
before. I have tried. I've tried other FPS shooters. I've tried story games. I've tried other series and stuff. Like I even downloaded League once. And that
Oh,
was like
no.
the worst experience of my life. So yeah. So I never liked League. I never got into it, so I'm glad about that. But yeah, look, I don't think I could ever switch out this game for anything else. It's
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Nothing scratches that itch quite like Overwatch
Exactly,
does. Like
yeah.
even the transition from Overwatch to Overwatch 2, like the core of the game is still there. And I don't think there is a game out there that feels similar enough to Overwatch to
Yeah.
replace what Overwatch is to a lot
like
of people.
there's absolutely nothing like it. You know,
Yeah.
it's got its own sort of special uniqueness, and it's like nothing can compete with it sort of thing. You
Yeah,
know? Like,
exactly.
Marvel Rivals is gonna compete with it, or Valorant, or whatever. You know, whenever a new FPS sort of game drops, and then I'm like, yeah, this one's gonna beat it. It never does. Because
No,
Overwatch
it
is just one of
doesn't,
those
yeah.
few games that people are addicted to and obsessed with, and you can't break it because of how unique the game is and how special it is to a lot of people. So.
Yeah, and it appeals so well to a wide variety of people across a wide variety of everything. And I think it's got a really good casual player base. And again, if you're competitive, it's got a really good competitive player base as well. So definitely
Yeah.
something for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, oh, good. Thank you so much for interviewing with us, Sasha. It was really great talking to you about all of the games today and hearing a little bit about Overwatch and like your competitive experience as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me up here. I appreciate it.
Oh, good. And good luck on your games tomorrow. Get some rest, get some sleep, and be ready to come back tomorrow. I think you've got a good chance.
Yeah,
see
I
what the
believe in
single
it
you want.
too.
Let's go.
Also, one
Thank
last
you.
thing as well. Really
Yeah.
love the t-shirt you're wearing as well. Repping
Yeah, wait,
disconnected
let me
esports.
just like turn around really quick.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, Zaza stack.
Hell yeah.
And the 27 is also a lucky number.
Awesome. That's really cute.
Awesome.
Yeah. But yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Zaza. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good job on the matches
Thank you,
today. A
guys.
bit of a rough start, but pulling it back and can't wait to see you back tomorrow.
So, don't worry, we'll be ready to roll tomorrow. We're gonna win everything. We're gonna be
Yes.
crazy tomorrow. We're gonna wake up and we're gonna be cracked.
Absolutely. Every single play is a highlight.
Exactly. Yeah, thank you so much.
See you, Zaza. It was really lovely getting to talk to Zaza. Guys, if you haven't already, please do follow Zaza on all of her social medias. And again, she's going to be putting out a little poll to see what golden gun she's going to get next. So make sure you do that and get a bit of a say. Maybe you will be responsible for getting her hated Sombra Jade gun next. As well as this, I wanted to say a big thank you to everyone. I want to say thank you to my co-caster Z Beppis for working with this. I wanted to say thank you to everyone on production and behind the scenes, all the people observing, the chat moderators, everyone. It was a really fun day. And again, this was just the first day of 2. We were doing round robins today. We are going to be going into a single elimination bracket tomorrow. I believe if I have it correct, it's going to be Nunez versus Alton Bio. And then it is going to be, I've had a mental blank right now. It is going to be Meowshree versus Can Touch This. So, going to be very, very cool to see them play tomorrow. It's going to be very close, and hopefully we'll be able to get that all done. So, thank you guys so much for watching today. We are going to be ending the stream right now and hope to see you all in the near future and back here tomorrow for some more epic casting from me and Beppis.
As well, thank you for casting with me, Crystal. It's been good fun, and thank you to all the production. It'll be great fun tomorrow, and good luck to everyone in the tournament. Thanks to everyone who came to watch.